Not this time.
And, ladies and gentlemen, we are live back at it again here at Millennial Tavern. It is yours truly, Mr. DM, Mr. Lovely.
Okay.
But we're going to go ahead and talk about this a little further. So we're back at it again, playing some more D&D. Unfortunately, tonight we do not have our other comrade with us. He had a little bit of a hiccup at work, and the hiccup was... Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
We can't talk about it.
We won't talk about it. But it's the funniest hiccup.
First rule of that club, you can't talk about it.
Yep. Bro, it was the funniest hiccup I ever heard of, like, in a job before. Like, long story short, we can't talk about that because of the first Roll Fight Club. But stuff happens at work, right? So, anyways, he's not gonna be here tonight, but we're gonna be carrying on with the rest of our compatriots here. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the recap. So, what happened as of last session?
Winton.
Let's talk about Winton.
Demon Winton.
Demon Winton.
Yeah, we were still briefly lamenting about the falling of Scorn. We're like, hey, we should probably get his shit out of there. And then Crows just started picking apart his body slowly, and we're like, there goes the bow. Okay, never mind. There goes that.
There goes the 3,500 gold.
Yeah, probably more than that.
No,
if we could have made it that way. But either way, there's a fuck ton more ants now. So
Yeah, I've noticed it too.
yeah, they're coming from like that away.
I was gonna say maybe.
Oh, it's probably the glasses.
whiskey.
It's the whiskey and the
shit.
glasses. That's probably what it was. Probably are.
Can I have a drink?
Yeah, you want some?
Crunchy.
Anyway, then we
That's
were
probably-
like,
I'll have to wash them after this. I did like a quick rinse after y'all left, but I guess that wasn't enough. They're probably affected that.
They smell it. Schmelly smell.
smell the smell that smells.
But yeah, we faced off the Demon Winton. Well, I mean, not even before that. We went into the cells, tried to find Zephyrus. That's when we heard, oh shit's going down around the temple. People are trying to leave. We hear some more screams, and then in comes Winton.
Demon Winton.
So Zephyrus was all like, hey, cover me for like 30 seconds, and we're like, fuck.
We're like, best you got's 10.
Pretty much. So we were throwing hard CCs at the Winton.
We were
This is like
Hinder grenades, sleep dart, Maywall. We had, oh god, I don't even remember anything else. Shatter.
Yeah, we had Shatter,
everything.
yep.
Yeah, we just had it on the ground.
Threw everything at this guy, and we were able to escape.
Yep. This is like one of the few situations where you're sitting there like, I'm so glad I have grease in my inventory.
Yeah.
Spell.
I didn't even set it on fire, but I'm like, I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were able to escape with the skin of our teeth, and also a necromancer who was begging us and pleading and being very misguiding about who he was. And we're like, I don't know, man. We should probably fucking ditch his ass. He's like, I promise I'll help. I promise I'll help. We're like, you know what? Fuck you. And he's like, no, seriously. And then shit happened. We're like, all right, never mind. Come out.
Yeah. Hey, we need you.
We eventually take Zephyrus' portal out. All of us escape except the unfriendly orc that won't matter anymore. So there goes that guy.
Yeah.
And
So
we
sad.
end up in Zephyrus' shop where we plopped on the ground and we're like, holy shit, we finally, after 3 out-of-game months, 1 in-game, or 2 in-game days, finally get out of the Underdark. And,
One character dead.
yep, 1 character dead.
R.I.P.
Several, and then, oh my god, I mean, there's so much that happened in between.
That was a very eventful 2 days, you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
We, yeah, Zephyrus was eternally grateful for our rescue of him, and
Immediately ditched us to help customers.
and well, customers immediately were like, "Yo, hey, he's in there, I see him!" And then they were just like yelling at the door. Some fruity ass dude walks in and is like, "Hey, that plate of armor, 500 gold."
No, 3.
Oh, sorry. 300 gold.
Vividly remember.
Yes, don't make him
Seriously,
feel
sorry.
don't make him like to be this amazing person. It was 300. Yeah.
300 gold for at least a 1,200.
$1,200 fucking.
Yeah, 12,000. I don't even
1,200
remember.
gold fucking armor.
Yeah,
I
plate
think it
armor.
was 12.
Armor of the
I think it might have been
Fall.
12,000.
I think it was It's 12 something.
I'll buy it for a fraction.
120,000.
1,200.
Make it 1.2.
It doesn't matter. I'll have to double check. But there was a price to it. There was a price to it.
You still didn't get it.
It might have been.
I want to say it was 12,000.
It might have been.
Well, this is 12.
Maybe it was 1.2 mil.
12,000 million.
But then I rolled a lot of nat 20s.
You
On some
did.
random
We all
shit.
got some good rolls that session.
Bro,
like,
the roleplay nat 20s were coming in. Guys.
yeah,
The
then we
roleplay of like, oh hey, that's a powerful fucking ring on your finger. Hi, how are you? Let me see.
Yeah.
He's like, hi, Hawaii. I'm like, who the fuck is
And then the guard. I rolled
Oh
a
my
nat
God.
20 on the guard.
Yep.
Yeah. So we get out of Zephyrus' shop after kind of talking with him, be like, hey, we're gonna go. We'll be back. You got some business to take care of, obviously. And then we go outside. The necromancer's like, yo, finally, thank you for releasing me. This is the only thing I'm giving you, and I'm fucking out of here. He summons a little pocket dimension, pulls out a chest, very small chest, and then here you go. And then we're like,
Dump the chest, put the chest back in the dimension.
that's what he did. You're right.
Yep.
And then he immediately ran away, like briskly walked away.
But he did leave you guys some nice cuffs.
Oh, you
Yeah,
gave
some
me the
magical cuffs. Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
did
right,
leave you
I
some
did.
magical cuffs. Yep. You don't know exactly what the properties are, but you do know they are magical cuffs.
What are they called?
Magical cuffs.
Magical cuffs.
Until you identify them, just put magical cuffs in your inventory.
Don't worry, I'll do
I got this.
it. Soon to you.
Are they custom or?
Yeah, just put cuffs on. Yeah.
And so we kind of start gathering ourselves. There were maybe a couple of napping members of the party, but that's just some flavor.
Oh, I also put a couple guys to sleep for catnap.
You did.
And they
Yeah.
woke up and they're like, okay.
Feel a little better. Yeah.
And then the guards were like, papers, please. And we were like, actually, that's crazy that you're here. There's a dude just fucking just spells magic right there. I swear.
He's
that
there.
one.
There he is.
And they were like,
Go
thank you
get
so
him.
much. You've done the city great service. And then they sprinted off after him with one of the giant steel watcher kind of looking ass dudes. And then we were like, okay, so hotel time? And then that's when Reginald's fucking bracelet started warming up and glowing. And he's like,
What's going on
and
here?
it's like, ooh, it's fight time soon.
24 hours.
Shit. So the 24-hour countdown for Reginald has begun. And we're like, oh shit, that means we gotta be around and shit. So we are more than likely committing to stay in the city. In fact, we went to the hotel.
Yeah.
There were maybe some arguments with the guard about papers and
There
passes.
was
There was
definitely
no
some.
argument. It was.
Oh no, there
demands.
were arguments.
There
was
were words
demands.
for sure.
It was
There were
demands.
definitely words.
Yeah. One nat 20 later, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll just pay for his. He's with me. Don't you worry about it." And then another nat 20 later, "Oh, and by the way, he is also my friend. He is coming with me, but he doesn't have a permit. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's coming with me." And just
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Me neither. So,
Yeah.
see ya. And then, we walked
Bye-bye.
off.
and then Reginald just walking through the checkpoint,
Pretty much.
and the guard is just like, "Well, fuck me then, I guess." So yeah, great nat 20s. Just want to say that really
Yeah.
quick.
It was great.
Do it again.
And
Good luck.
we get into our old hotel called
Fortune's Den.
Fortune's
There we
Den.
go.
I was like, it's not the
Where
Thieves' Den.
Margaret-
Something
Margaret
Den.
and Cynthia are waiting for
With
you.
Margaret and Cynthia and Vivo.
Vivo.
Our shapeshifter friend. They were all waiting for us, and we're like, oh my god, I immediately embraced Margaret. It was a wonderful reunion. There were many tears had. Many hickeys laid on that night.
Totally.
Don't worry about it.
Well, we haven't got to the night yet.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
true.
we have
Never
not slept yet.
Brown chicken, brown cow. And we met with Vivo, basically we gave everybody the rundown. He's like, "Yo, where's Elena?" We're like, "Oh shit, we kind of forgot about all that."
She
shit
left.
that happened." We're like, yeah, they did.
Their own fruition.
And Scorn's dead, Sag. And they were like, "Oh, really? Damn." I was like, "Yeah, it is Big Sag. I'm taking time off now, but I didn't tell them anything."
Yeah, you haven't told them that yet.
Yeah,
so.
that's not a big worry at all.
Yeah.
He's the ticking time bomb right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, his clock's running a little bit sooner.
At the moment. At the moment.
At the moment.
I have a
And-
shorter fuse.
So we basically spent the end of the session kind of catching up, settling in, and then we were left with the cliffhanger of
A hand
mysterious-
sticking out of the wall.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was it. Anything else anyone wants to add before we go and kick?
Nope.
All right.
No, I think that we covered it pretty well. Let's see.
Hi, Chop.
Oh, hello, Chop.
There's a few little things that we learned about. Some rumors and whispers that have been going around town.
You did learn that. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, we ran into some scaled legionnaires around. We've noticed that there are more refugees flooding into the city due to the Empire's activity around the outskirts of the city. We know that their privateering program is doing pretty well. they've seen a lot of turnout from that. And the Empire actually will want to request an audience with the Lord soon.
Not the Lord.
Not the Lord.
Not the Lord. The overseer of the city.
Overseer, that's what I
Which
meant.
is Uham the Bold.
The ruler of
The
the
genie
sea,
man.
That's what I meant.
Yes. Uham the Bold.
Mr. Genie Man, Genie Plan.
Mhm.
And,
Which you guys actually did meet one of his sons. If you remember.
totally remember the name of for sure. Yeah,
probably look at
absolutely.
those.
That's fine. It's not bad. We're just having a hotel moment.
Exactly. But yes, those were a couple of things you ended up getting from Cynthia. After that, she did end up walking outside, had a couple of words with Arthur before they both walked back inside the room. And then as you guys were kind of conversing a little bit, just talking about some of the crazy things that happened to you, your companion ended up getting distracted by something in the corner. As you look over there, you ended up seeing what looked like a hand beginning to kind of form out of just nowhere. It looked like a little swirling portal began to form, and all of a sudden, somebody began falling out of this little portal. Multiple hands started coming out, and you end up recognizing this woman that kind of ascends down from this portal as being some kind of an archfey. You immediately recognize as the one who's revealed herself to you as.
Of course.
What would you like to do? You're gonna watch immediately as D'Artagnan ends up kind of standing up, saying, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go to the little boy's room, and he's just going to wander off.
That's something he would say.
That is
Yeah,
something he would
I
say.
agree with that. Yep.
Keeping the spirit alive.
Okay. My lady, thou blessest us with thy presence.
'Tis but my pleasure.
We have just begun feasting. We offer you these commodities as well, if you so please.
'Tis but an honor. Wine, if thou may.
My pleasure. I go ahead and grab a bottle of wine and a little chalice as well, and I serve it up to her.
This is a load of
Tis but light on the palate. Methinks cheap in value, but will suffice.
Thinking of the word, hold on.
Thou hast thine. The lady doth protest too much. I don't know. Suggestions?
Dost thou have anything to say?
Yes. Thou hast caught us in quite a surprise, milady. For what reason dost thou bless your presence?
'Twas but unfortunate circumstances. For methinks a contract signed has befallen.
You are correct, my lady. For you see, we have lost a companion.
She kind of watches, she kind of just nods her head. What you're going to end up noticing immediately, Arthur, is that you're going to immediately feel what is kind of nails starting to dig into your thigh a little bit as you turn over and you see Margaret is just kind of shell shocked by what she is staring at. You're also going to watch as Cynthia kind of begins recoiling a little bit more behind you as she just kind of not pushes you forward, but just kind of gets behind you, kind of puts her hand on your shoulder. They're both just kind of respecting the situation, just trying to stay as far away from possible. Is there anything you want to do?
I mean, what's my response?
I don't tell you how you're responding. I'm telling him.
What do I see? Do I actually see all this?
You're going to end up seeing. Yeah, this is where we're kind of going. So what you're going to end up seeing as you kind of look over in the corner is this individual looks like Reginald, just kind of acting very, very nonchalant about this, is starting to speak in a very funny manner and is going over there and just kind of really trying to cater to this individual. As you end up kind of examining their figure a little more, they're wearing some kind of a massive hat that seems to almost like cascade across, creating almost like an umbrella around them. And as you end up kind of watching them just kind of reveal a slight more of their face, you're going to end up picking up that their face is basically just entirely pale white. As you look at these giant ears that are being almost forced down by the hat, kind of similar to yours, but a little bit longer. I want you to go ahead and roll history.
This bitch. Hey, she's right there, by the way.
If you guys want to kind of surround yourself in the room or something, I don't have a room drawn out right now. But you want to just kind of...
Demon Winton.
Demon Winton.
Winton.
16.
You're going to end up kind of... You're familiar with a lot of what the Feywild has to offer, obviously. You've experienced some stuff with not even just like your lord and everything as well, but when it comes down to the archfays that kind of run the entirety of the Feywild, there are just a handful that really end up kind of running the show.
So Zephyrus.
This one looks like it's one of the more profound ones, one of the ones that you haven't really seen before in your travels, but you're relatively familiar with her name. You know, she would normally demand a great deal of respect and has a very unique form and expectations.
Now, as a Fae myself, would I understand how I'm supposed to be speaking to her, and does it matter because I'm the same race?
You would know that conventionally. Actually, I want you to roll history again. Roll it with advantage because you're from the Feywild.
That'd be an 18.
Okay. You're kind of rattling your mind, and something that ends up coming to you is the Archfays, generally speaking, demand a lot more from people who aren't of their kind. Meaning, when it comes down to elves and things like that, they normally are a lot more demanding of the expectations they have of them. But people who are from their plane, they're a little bit more lenient with. There's obviously a degree of like respect that's just kind of expected, but there's a lot more you can get away with.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Anything you guys want to do before we go back to Reginald?
I kind of like put my arms out a little bit, like protective fashion. And I like turn to whisper to them. Dealt with this one before. Don't speak with her.
I'm just gonna watch as both Margaret and Cynthia just kind of give you a little bit of a nod.
So you said I know her name?
You know her name.
Okay.
You actually know that her full name that she prefers to go by. Sorry, you actually know her full name, but the name she prefers to go by is Lisa.
Lisa.
You do know her full name, though, as your lord has actually mentioned her name. And you know that she wouldn't like it if you shared it around, but her full name is actually Lysandra.
What's Vivo doing?
Vivo's actually going to be kind of keeping some distance back. He's not, like, staying away from you, but he's staying more so next to Cynthia and just kind of watching the situation unravel.
I'm just kind of watching.
Okay. Alright, going back to you, Reginald.
Yes, my lady, as you may see, we have lost a companion, a friend, a champion.
I did this.
I still mourns the loss of our fellow friend.
Erskine. Methinks there was hope for you and for her. You're gonna kind of watch as she kind of gestures over at your companion. I want you to roll insight your companion really quick.
25.
She's really upset. You can tell, like, while she can't make a full facial expression, you kind of just see this, like, expressive face that you've never seen off her before. While you've seen this form kind of like not able to actually be expressive or communicate anything. It's almost like the essence of her is kind of fighting something and is able to just give you the slightest look of emotion that gives you.
Okay. I want to reach my hand out and just my hand on my way, sort of as like a reassuring, calming, and kind of look at her and just gaze, and hopefully she understands.
Roll sleight of hand.
Okay. And it on top of my dice. Wow. 22.
You feel like you've done a pretty good job of reassuring her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
The little subtle facial expression you're picking up on, which was very, very subtle, you've noticed it kind of subsided.
Okay. All right. I want to go back to Lady Lisa and continue saying, like, "Thou blesses us with your kind words, my lady.
'Tis but an honor.
Thy regrets. Thou hast lost scorn when thou hast just briefly made the contract with me.
I was but excited for what the future holds. For beloved scorn. Sir Stockholm. 'Tis but unfortunate circumstances that bring you here. Nevertheless, gifts I does spare. You're gonna watch as she kind of like opens up, which is her kind of a larger robe. You're gonna watch as two little mage hands begin to kind of come out in front of you. And as it happens, you're gonna end up seeing what looks like a actual breastplate. When you look at the breastplate a little bit closer, you end up seeing what is an ornate like lion design going across of it, and you recognize this. This is actually the breastplate that Scorn was wearing when he perished. Not the full armor, just the breastplate.
Well, lady, where dost thou? How hast thou acquired this?
'Tis but none of your concern.
This looks. It seems to be as the same one as Scorn was wearing.
Verily. Perform your burial rites. 'Twas but all I could obtain.
I can't thank you enough. Thou hast blessed us. Thank you, my lady.
'Twas but an honor. Would thou had been there, lying rather. Perhaps Scorn would still be with us. Anon I will return. Methinks thee. You watch as she drinks the rest of the wine, and as a mage hand kind of grabs it, pushes it back towards you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. Let's set it down.
Ensure you survive your fights. Methinks problems will arise. Take wary, be cautious, ever vigilant, Mr. Stockholm.
Always.
You're gonna watch as immediately the mage hands pull off the hat that begins to twirl. She kind of gets sucked up into it and disappears.
I'm just gonna let out a big sigh. Okay.
What in the gods was that thing?
That was Lady Lisa. Well, that's how she likes to be called.
What's it? Arthur, what happened in the last 2 days?
Well, he's one of them. Sure, man.
You know, watches like Margaret just immediately freaks out. My God! Arthur. My beloved, what has happened to you? You're maimed.
Turns out our efforts were futile in the end. For I underwent a ritual, a rite, some might say, in order to save Scorn from a grievous wound, a mortal. He was going to die. I did the only thing I could do. I couldn't heal him conventionally. Enough. Or even magically. But he ended up perishing anyway. Now I'm left feeling empty. Though I do feel different, and I might appear different, I'm still myself.
Are you okay? Yeah, I can make you a potion. I
I-
made potions.
My lover, love any of your brews.
I'll be right back. And you watch, you kind of puts both hands on your lap, and she just kind of steps up and walks off in the other room. So Margaret's gonna run off into it.
I want to turn to Cynthia too.
Okay.
And just kind of push her start.
No, you're good.
Um, I don't trust this Fey witch that insists on befriending Reginald. In fact, I'm not sure what the whole plan is anymore.
I'm just as lost as you. We have no idea why she has grown such an interest in us and me particularly. But nonetheless, she has assisted us in more ways than once.
I worry very much about this. It seems that has she revealed her intentions?
No.
No, the only thing that she's relayed to us was that she was interested in my story, my
Your
adventure.
plight? Your plight?
In a way, more so she was touched as to what I was doing, what we're trying to do.
Tarot history.
Yeah, go ahead.
To see if I know of anything or stories of higher phase going out and reaching out to.
Yeah, go for it.
That's probably a no. That's a 7.
Okay. Nothing's really coming to mind. You're just kind of trying to take this in. It's like you're just like, I thought I was the only one here. Why? You're kind of just like putting things together in your mind. It's like, wait, they sent the other ones to other areas, right? Like I was the one sent here, and then there were other ones. You're just kind of like thinking about it. It's like this doesn't make any sense. You're just kind of puzzled by that. You're just stuck.
That changes my complete conversation I was going to have.
Rev up those fryers!
Wait, what did she call herself? I mean, you know, how do you know? Wait.
Lady
Lisa.
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 Well, like we mentioned, she just presented herself one time while we were down looking for Zephyrus. More specifically, when we were in Zephyrus's chambers. She revealed herself and then protected us from a group of the cultists by covering us with an invisible cloak. As we caressed her to do so.
I mean, they did look nice. But
My god. Why the father? Unreal. Can you believe him? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Wait till he finds out we were face deep in something else. No, you're talking about. I don't trust her. I kind of turned to Cynthia a little more.
did you give her one of your magical items?
No.
Did you?
I did actually. She didn't want it there.
Um,
I tried to. She didn't want the tablet.
magical items? No, I did give her some diamond dust.
Some,
Some,
by the way. Just
not a lot of it.
small,
Well, I did.
maybe by the...
Okay, I did try to give her all of it. However, she refused, and
What's all of it?
about 10,000.
More than that. By now.
10,000.
Can I roll to see if I know what 10,000 diamond dust would be utilized for in the Fae?
Yeah, you can.
I don't feel like he needs a check for that. Open the spell book.
History?
Yep.
19.
So I would say for you, when it comes down to like archfays and your knowledge of them,
And like I am also like an alchemist.
I get it.
like,
I get it. So with you kind of having a general knowledge of the archfey and really the Feywild, because there's like the archfey don't need magical components; they just cast spells. Like, I guess sure they might accept something just as like a power gag. Like, why would they do that? That's just weird.
Just doesn't make sense.
Well,
she didn't take it.
She did, but not all of it.
I mean, I don't know why she'd take any of it. She doesn't need it.
We were kind of told that, when a being such as herself would appear, it's kind of courteous to present them with gifts. It's kind of what we were told.
Probably for you, lesser beings, but that's yeah.
But okay. Anyways,
My goodness.
I was a little taken back by that. Lost for words.
All right. I confess, I haven't seen any of your kind before. Though,
I mean, that's my kind.
yeah, but she's a cunt. I don't give a fuck about
I'll give you a point of inspiration for that.
I'm gonna cover my ears.
Why do you like that?
This sounds like so casual off the cuff. Like, all right, so go on.
And you aren't proving yourself to be any different. So, would you mind explaining again? Like, first of all, why did you... What do you need from us? Why are you here with us? What are your intentions?
Like I said, I was sent here on a mission to get the most powerful and rare item to bring back to the Lord.
You just think that attaching yourself to us will just get you there.
I mean, look at your ring.
It's mine.
I understand that. I need something equal or in better
No,
value.
no, you'll find something much greater. It's not. It's very
See,
mundane.
you have the knowledge.
It's very mundane.
And you know where to go.
I do, well... I do maybe now.
Gonna clutch
So perfect,
just
I'm
stop
with you
that
guys.
scorn
It's already
game
been-
a little bit closer.
I don't care about that stuff. It's fine.
Alright, well, we're going to need to put some ground rules down there, as it were.
Rules are always important.
One, let's not be,
What are we in school?
well,
You actually wouldn't know what a school is.
Oh, damn.
Well, you would. No,
I
actually,
feel like,
you probably would. As a wizard, you probably have like a semblance of like class.
Yeah.
Like this idea.
What
Of,
are we in class? You the professor?
Couldn't afford it.
at this point, well, we can at least share our feelings, and rather our boundaries with one another. First of all, this is Cynthia, Margaret, and that is Vivo over there in the corner. We do have a little bit of a following, as it were. Margaret is my beloved. Cynthia is a great friend. We've all escaped from the holdout city of Pike, one of the better cities around here. No longer, for it was besieged and razed as far as we know. And we have been dealing with the Empire as a result. So, ground rules are, we don't like the Empire very much. They haven't given us any good reason to think that they're doing any good around here. Especially.
You said the word empire a couple of times. I want you to roll history really quick.
23.
Okay. You're gonna be thinking like, he keeps saying empire. Why does he keep saying that? It's like, oh yeah, I came from the empire just a couple days ago. Like you're only there for but a short period of time, but you're just kind of like, oh yeah, that's why I'm hearing that word. So that's where that came from.
What's wrong with the Empire? I just left them.
Did you not just hear what I said?
I'm sorry, did you hear what he just said?
Wait,
But he didn't hear what I said.
They're in the Eye of Exrath. I just came from there.
You were
The
with the Empire.
Empire's in the eye?
You came from like a different part. Basically, like so.
Okay.
Okay, if you look at the map,
I just want to make
I'm
sure.
gonna show you the map. Yeah.
So he told me.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
no,
clearly.
Here is Shadowstone.
It's retcon.
Here is Shadowstone.
Okay.
This is the Eye of Exrath.
Correct.
This is where you guys are.
Yes.
You came from like over in this area. So you basically came up the channel towards the Eye of Exrath on a boat.
Okay. And what's that city called?
I'd have to go look it up again. I think it's Flea Dock, but
Flea Dock. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Flea Dock. Just go with Flea Dock right now.
Sure.
Dock is full.
I just saw Flea Dock. They were in the Empire. That's where they were.
And you're not of the Empire?
No.
On insight, anyway.
I'm from the Feywild.
I narrow my eyes.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll insight.
Suspiciously.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll performance for me.
19.
Oh, you're good, bro. I got a 10.
You're very well convinced.
Well, there's no way of Empire. There's no way. Anyway. No, the Empire has destroyed destroyed my hometown, and has made us refugees, and this is why we're here in Shadowstone.
Well, they didn't give me what I'm looking for.
Did you not notice the rest of the refugees around the town? It's a bit crowded, perhaps.
You didn't count for maybe like 2 hours. So
Yeah. I mean, I just figured it was
Some
standard for
some
the
of them
city.
were smellier than others, perhaps. Maybe some of them haven't
You always
bathed in
smellier
days.
than most.
Yeah, well, blow me. How about that?
I'm just gonna cover myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't have roses or lilacs shoved up my ass, but I do pride myself of being a more.
Oh, I regret not taking a cantrip. Ah, damn it.
But yes, no, the Empire is the reason that we are here in Shadowstone, and why there are so many folk here in the city, hiding, trying to become prisoners, or we don't even know what they're doing, what the Empire is doing with people they're capturing, with settlements they capture.
Look, all I care about is a powerful item. I don't.
Why would you come here then?
That's
the
where
Empire is much more
I was sent
vast.
down here to the material plane.
Yeah, you were near the heart of the Empire, and you decided, oh, I want to go to this podunk little place that, oh, they got a few casinos, but I mean, there's no arcane university, there's no collection anywhere.
Oh, perfect. We'll just go there in a
Gods,
a day
no,
or
are
two.
you mad? Oh my God, what is he on about? Do you believe this?
Oh,
I mean, I went there, left, nothing happened.
Oh, well,
had to believe everything that's happened within the past 48 hours. So,
that's yeah, including the lady herself bearing her presence. I didn't realize Scorn had that deep of a contract. I know he spoke with her, made some sort of deal. It seemed like anything had changed.
no, all
But
she
he
said
drew his breastplate?
this is Scorns, and I pick up the breastplate. She retrieved it. She felt some sort of sympathy, I guess. And at least with this, we can have closure with him. We can give him a proper burial.
Well, so is it a breastplate medium armor? Or
It is
the-
breastplate heavy armor.
Plus one.
Yeah. It's not. To clarify too, this isn't the full armor set. This is literally
Yeah,
just
just
Yeah.
just
Try
the
shaking
breastplate.
it, see if anything comes out.
Jingle, jingle.
Jingle jangle.
Well, I would say we could put it to use. Well, I mean, what do you think of this? Is this the most magical item in the realm?
That looks like scrap from the other shop.
Wow.
Rude. I'm just gonna put it in the bag of holding.
My
Now.
God.
I mean, it's not even a full piece of armor. Why would I want that?
It's the sentimentality that matters.
What's sentimentality?
Right? Well, more so from us than you right now. Anyways.
Who are you even talking about?
Listen, okay, I think the ground rule right now is let's not mention the Empire around the citizens in the city. They're very, a lot of them are very irate with them. you could be seen as a conspirator or spy. Especially since now you just told us that you came from the Empire or were from
Don't tell anyone that. Don't. That
no.
was
By the gods,
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Listen. Okay. You can stick around. All right. That's perfectly fine.
Yes, we're going to find magical items.
That's your stick. Cool.
There might be quite a few things along the way.
Well, I mean, apparently
There
his
is-
wristband is glowing, so I'd like to see him fight first.
I mean, me too. To be honest.
That poses a interesting thing. Cynthia,
Yes, of course.
You gonna gamble
do
on
you
me?
know any information
Oh, yeah.
as to the fights that are going to happen tomorrow?
Actually, I'm so glad you asked. I went ahead and I sent down to the front desk. As it turns out, there's quite a lot of privileges that come with our suite up here that we have. This
Do tell.
villa. Yeah. Oh, you're not from here. That's right. You've never been to this area.
No, I have not.
You're
I'm
from
poor.
the dirty slum. You never experienced luxury. So the
What?
Is that right?
That's gay.
what was that? Was that too harsh?
I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
I mean, it's probably true.
Come on, it's Reginald.
I mean, this is definitely
I
better
only
than
did what
any
I
place
could.
in Fleetwood.
To survive, but that's fine.
It's a great place, and with it you get certain privileges that you wouldn't receive other ways in your home. So one of those is having servants that are constantly around, and I went ahead and I tipped one of those servants to let us know the second the information released about the fights for this week. And more often than that, because you're coming up, that means you're going to be hearing about your fight here whenever the servants end up coming back up.
Oh, okay.
And so that just start glowing then, or did it?
Yes, it just recently started glowing. So,
How long ago would you say?
well, just before we came up here.
Like
actually.
at the gates? Were we talking like in the city? How long you been in the city?
As soon as we came into the city, as soon as we were transported in here, which was maybe only 20-30 minutes ago.
So then we might have news on the fight here soon.
Mhm.
They only start alerting the fighters around the time that they've actually determined the fights. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'll say. I
Well,
just kind of wish I knew who I was going up against.
Oh,
Or at least
you
I
want to
could-
know that here in a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, actually, I'm going to run outside and see if I can track down.
wait. You also find out the odds and all the like. Since you are the
Arthur.
what was it?
Arthur.
What was your fighting name again? Oh my god.
Stockwood.
Stockwood. Can you find out? I mean, as Stockwood's manager.
So I will say, I did actually talk
No,
to...
Woodstock. I think it was Woodstock.
Woodstock. That's
I did talk. I did talk to some of the people who run the actual fights, and I will say, there is a probability of that name being said during the fight.
Aren't they going to introduce him?
They will, but normally they just use a dimensional name. But I said that we're trying to maintain a status, and it also helped a little bit that I said that we spoke to one of the sons of Ham the Bone.
I'm glad we made an impression. Whether it was good or bad, I still don't know.
we did do that. Like, hey, you
Uh,
should bet on me next time.
That helped a little bit, so I was able to make that known, and I think that might have won us some points.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers to that.
But what I will do is I'll run out there and I'll see if I'll track them down now. And if I can track them down, gods be damned, I'll have those odds for you.
Please, expeditiously.
Yes! And you watch as she just kind of rushes out. You also watch as Margaret kind of walks back in. Just, oh, darling. You watch as she kind of pulls out this potion. As she ends up handing it to you, you're going to recognize that this is actually a potion of greater healing.
Potion of greater healing.
Yep, that she basically brewed for you. There's another one I'm still working on. I'm going to go in there and actually finish a couple of finishing touches on this particular brew. It might prove useful for you.
My love, thank you. You don't need to. We are okay for now.
No, Arthur, I want to.
Thank you.
Thank you. You watch as she just kind of gives you like the biggest smile and just kind of walks back into the room. Yep. All right. So what do you guys want to do? You're still kind of going on. So.
I'm gonna chug that shit.
Yeah. Go.
What time of day is it now?
You guys are probably looking around like roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point.
Okay. I guess if we're just eating out, I guess I would want to like take that as a short rest.
Yeah, you guys can do that. So during that short rest, you guys end up just kind of sitting and exchanging some tales back and forth, just really kind of reminiscing over the course of the past 24 hours, and periodically having Cassian over here just kind of spewing out some nonsense here and there about artifacts, and asking specifically about artifacts you guys found in the temple. As you kind of conclude that short rest, you end up getting to a point where he's starting to ask about this bow that you made mention of.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just finishing doing that. 2 things. Keep going.
So this bow you speak of,
Well,
I don't know how in depth did we go about it.
Probably not. You know the name. You know it's called Veil's Reach. You would have known that they were kind of talking about this like relic or ancient artifact and all that sort of stuff.
well, it was a gift bestowed upon us by a great being that we are in league with, and Scorn, our departed friend. He was wielding the bow, and in fact, he perished attempting to fulfill what it needed to be as strong as it could. And
So you just left the bow of this magnitude just down there?
we could not retrieve it. In fact, the creatures that Moragina exist through on the material plane, they retrieve the bow quite quickly. And there was no way we could go where Scorn went.
Oh, where did you got it from? You got the bow from where? From who?
From a associate.
Well, let's go see this associate.
He's a bit far. I know you came great distance in short time, whatever that entails, but it is a bit of a chore to get out there, and one I'm not too keen on doing.
And I think
Personally.
it might be overrun by trolls.
Ooh, the Empire.
Okay.
So bad and scary.
We're refugees. My home is burned down. I can't go back.
So, I mean, sympathies, but
Sympathy's but fuck you. Yeah. So what you want to say? What it feels like.
I mean, you're in this beautiful hotel. Aren't you just happy to be here?
I'm very happy to be here, and I don't want to go wandering out into the wilderness where the Empire is lurking, where they're marching around and doing God's knows what.
That sucks.
Bit. But we've done well for ourselves. As you said, we are here in this nice sapphire windowed room, top of the Fortune's Den. And we do have a fight coming up. And I am curious to know this. Yeah. I'm curious to know everything that's been going on. In fact, I kind of want to possibly go back out at some point today.
I would like to as well. I want to see or hear as well. Might be resourceful to us. I still do owe a favor to a friend of mine. Well, I keep an eye out for someone.
Well, you tell me where you need to go. We'll go.
Just around the city.
Well, you're my guest, so you need to be with me, don't
Oh, well, of course, yes. Well, we can wait until possibly Cynthia gets back. How long did she say she was?
Who knows how long she'll be gone.
I thought she said she.
Well, she'll be right back, but I'm sure she's still got some. She has to go find those people. But
There.
As that's happening, you're going to end up hearing a knock at the door.
That might be her now.
why would she not?
Come in.
Watch as somebody just kind of like opens the door slightly. It looks like it's actually unlocked. They kind of just poke their head in. I beg your pardon. Is Cynthia in this room?
She stepped out.
Oh. But this is her room, in fact.
Correct. May we ask as to who you are?
I'm one of the ones who works at the desk up front. She asked me to let her know once the fights were calculated and they came into the casino.
Ah, perfect. Actually, yes, we would love to know that.
Great timing. She just left to go find out that information. But if you'd like to relay it to us, we can, of course, save it for her as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry that I missed her. Let her know. I'll try to go find her after this. I'm terribly sorry. So the actual fight itself is going to be between a Sir Reginald Stockholm.
Hi.
Did they say Woodstock?
That's you.
Correct.
They did have a separate line there for another name. Was it like Woodstock? I think. Woodstock. There was another name for their Woodstock. It was on the registry list for our casino group. The other one you're going to be fighting is a Sir Corneille Devan. Corneille Devan.
Deep End.
Deven?
No,
Corneille
Devan.
Deep End.
Shut up!
Corneille Devan.
Deven. Deven. Parentheses.
Corneille Devan. Right now, the odds are slightly favoring this. I guess you, Reginald Stockholm, slightly favoring, and I say slightly by only 1 or 2 gold pieces than the odds we figured.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't know I had
Why
such
don't you roll a history really quick?
Yeah, okay. 17.
Okay. That you're kind of thinking about it, and you're like, well, why would I have like such high odds? I didn't think I was that hell of a like, an esteemed fighter. Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Then it all starts to kind of hit you. It's like, wait a second. Corneille? Oh, Corneille. You remember now that there was a family not too long ago. Not right next to your house, but in the general area. Maybe like a 10 minutes walk away from where you are. But there was a family that's house is essentially just hit by the blight. You remember as the father ended up essentially catching this ailment, coming back. The wife ended up catching it, just taking care of the husband. And they both passed, and there was a lone son that ended up surviving. And that son's name was actually Corneille.
That's nuts.
Oh. O'Neill. Yes.
You know this person? Your opponent?
Unfortunately.
In this city? The odds.
Yes. The odds, though, for this fight, by the way, are going to be, if you end up betting a total of 9 gold for the fight. Sorry, 9 gold on Corneille will end up winning you 10 gold. If you bet 12 gold on this Woodstock, then you'll end up winning 10 gold.
Wait, what was the first number for?
9. So 9 on Corneille. 9 Corneille pays 10 gold.
Mhm.
And then 12 on Reginald pays 10 gold.
Well, good to know.
The preliminary fighters have also been determined, but the odds of those have not been established yet. I wanted to make sure I came up here the second I knew anything. So I will go find Cynthia, and I will hopefully be back with more news once we have a better idea of the odds for the rest of those preliminary fights. But normally those are a little bit closer to the day of the fight itself.
May I ask you something?
Yes,
A little off topic.
of course. Sure.
Are you the manager of this establishment?
No,
The day-to-day?
no, absolutely not. I do not manage the fortunes, Dan. No, I'm simply but a worker here. I do take the odds at the front desk and oftentimes work at the front desk itself.
I'd like to arrange perhaps an audience with
who?
with your boss. Because we do have
My
esteemed fighter.
when you say my boss, I need to clarify. The boss of this establishment was once Uham the Bold. Do you mean you want an audience with him, or you want an audience of the current running manager of the establishment, as Uham the Bold runs the city?
Well, isn't the manager one of Uham's sons?
At this particular casino, no.
No. Oh, I thought Uven. Excuse me. I thought Uham kind of abandoned this endeavor, created a whole new other place, in addition to running the whole city.
No. So you must have been mistaken. So Uham the Bold actually ran this casino in solidarity for quite some time. See, the Luno Lux is actually run by Terran, his Earth genocide. Then you have the Fire and Ice, which is run by Hydrus. The Emerald Serpent, which is run by Pyron. And you have Celestial Luck, which is run by Rizara. So each of his sons do own a casino, but they only exist in the outer district of the city. The inner districts here, or the Diamond District. This one is still run by Uham the Bold himself, but he has outsourced some of the work to more people to run the day-to-day, and he does run the casino. I can make a request if you do seek an audience with Uham the Bold.
No, I don't want to presume I'm deserving of such. But
I could get the manager, how the owner.
I would at least like to speak with them at some point, not necessarily today, but preferably before the fight itself.
I shall put the request in, sir.
And thank you for the information. I believe we're satisfied for now.
Yes, satisfied. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're gonna watch as he kind of gives a little bow, and he just kind of hangs out there for a second.
So you just bet money on each other to win?
Is that a foreign concept to you?
This is a gambling
Doesn't
city.
seem
Thought something as luxurious and extravagant as betting and
just as
Roll
meaningless as
I'll be roll perception really quick.
big dice. That's crazy. Ooh. Is that 18?
Oh, let's go! As the second they start talking, you're gonna realize that he's still just kind of standing there. in the doorway.
That's all you get.
And he's gonna end up like, as that happens, you're gonna end up like kind of just seeing as he stands there, kind of turns around. You're gonna watch him just kind of rolls his eyes really quick and then starts walking out the room.
Tip the man.
Oh, and I like kind of slowly kind of dig through my coin purse. Like 5.
Oh Jesus, here you
Now
go.
you're gonna see-
Fucking get out of here. And I flip him a gold.
I have no idea who this Jesus is, but thank
Must be one of those archfey.
you. Much obliged. You'll watch as he just kind of leaves out the door now.
Fuck, it's not like this means anything anyways.
That's mad. Absolutely mad. Wow. I can't believe I'm
I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration for that too.
Let's go.
That was some good role playing. That was good role playing.
I can't, yeah. We're entertaining the yes.
The man only has eyes for magic things.
And part of I respect
surprise.
that, honestly.
You know.
I am in fact a bit of a purveyor of magical items, curiosities, legends, myths, chasing them down, seeing if there's any truth to them. And I do know, perhaps, of something. Well, I don't know much about the Eye of Exrath, but I do know of the things people claim to know. The Eye of Exrath, and the things that might belong, guarded by dragons and other higher beings, perhaps.
I'm assuming I know what dragons are, and I'm assuming I know
Oh, yeah.
they're massive creatures.
They are massive creatures. Yeah, you know you would know most of everything, especially given your studies and everything, and being in the Feywild.
Okay.
You would have experienced a lot of different types of kind of magical, like Fey-like creatures. You would have heard a lot of stories of dragons. Never really experienced them, but you know they're widely talked about, especially in songs and tales, and actually some of the music that you would dance to as you're kind of learning your blade dance.
And they're like most dragons. They like gold. And they like.
Gold, riches, treasures, of course.
Well, perfect. We can just go to the Dragon Slayer, grab a few gems, maybe a magic item or two.
Are you hearing him again? No, there's no way.
I mean, I've heard stories, but they can't be as bad as what they say.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious.
As crazy as he's sounding, regardless, this is still something that.
See? Perfect.
You're still sounding crazy. Don't get me wrong.
It's not just, oh, well, what? Don't mind us. Thank you. No.
That is still something I need to acquire.
I mean, if I can't find one, I could probably make a magic item. Essentially.
You can make them.
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
You don't look
yes,
like much
or-
of a tinkerer.
Can you or not?
I mean, I can. Essentially, how long I study with this.
What?
Don't worry about it.
What? Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
wow, that's that. You know what happened after he said, "Don't worry about it"?
I'm
I
worried about
immediately
it.
started worrying. Oh my god. Well,
There's a lot of things I'm worrying about right now.
what did we?
Yeah, how's that glowy thing on you? How's that bracelet going? Any hotter?
No, still just the same since we've got here. It's probably gonna go brighter as the day goes by, more towards the end of the night and probably the morning. I should probably report soon here later.
You're gonna watch as the door just immediately slams open. You're gonna watch as Cynthia just walks in. I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. I thought I was gonna be able to find him. He said he would be there. Okay, I heard from one of the others in the room that is actually going to be you, Reginald, versus
Cornelius.
Yes.
Yeah, the odds are 9 to 10.
12 to 10. 9
12
to 10.
for the-
yeah.
For him. Cornelius.
It doesn't pay much.
How
The Mr. Deep End.
Yes, the deep end. Cornelius deep
Deep
end.
okay.
Call him Deep End.
Someone from the front desk came up earlier and informed us of fights that are going to be taking place tomorrow.
What was his name? Sluggery.
What?
Sluggery? Was his name Sluggery?
I don't think he shared his name with us.
Oh,
I was
you were
spitting
looking
of
for
his
him.
face.
He was like, wow, that's you just missed each other, truly.
He watches you just kind of irritatedly goes and sits down on the couch across their arms.
I'm just gonna pour a chalice of wine and hand it to her. I appreciate your efforts, Cynthia.
Yes, of course.
Here, this will cheer you up. I just fucking recall. Seemed to cheer the doorman up when he left.
Hits her right in the face.
It just kind of like falls on her dress and she just picks it back up. Thank you. Or she just kind of like pulls up her breastbone a little bit.
That's crazy.
For my gambling later.
So she just kind of swirls the wine a little bit and begins taking a sip.
But yes, he actually came and informed us. He was actually looking for you just a few moments before you left.
Well, I suppose that's better.
After you left.
But I was running around the entire casino looking for him.
Well, I mean, the good thing is, we have what we were wanting to know. Well,
I did find a little bit about this fighter, though. I talked to one of them. So that turns out he came from a family, and his family ended up dying in a blight. And apparently his home is about to be seized by the state, which is very, very unfortunate. But he is going to end up fighting in this arena, so he's very young. Apparently he has some kind of very minor innate magical ability. Apparently he survived the blight, and maybe that triggered something within him. It's rather minor. I'm not worried about it for you. You should be able to decimate him rather easily. But she just kind of starts sipping wine.
Easily is putting it very lightly. It's a shame what happened to his family. They were quite kind to our neighbors.
You just watch you kind of sip some wine. And just,
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to kill the man.
I know.
Oh, these are to the death.
Yes.
At least to be somewhat interesting.
Mm-hmm.
if it makes you feel better, you just turned 18.
Oh, easy peasy.
So-
Come on.
He's prime age. He's 2 years past what would be adult to consider fighting in the arena.
Oh, he's so toast. You got that so on. No wonder it's a shit payout.
So that's good. He's had more than 2 years worth of adult life, if you call that age of 16 being an adult. So that's good. He just kind of swirls the wine a little more and takes another sip. I'm gonna go help Margaret make her potions, and he's gonna watch you just like kind of walks out the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little silent for a moment.
No, this is what happens when there's blood sport around, and those desperate enough try the hand or the whole cells. That's it.
Listen, I signed up for this. I knew what I was getting into. I don't know why I thought...
Reginald, that's ridiculous. Watching Bebo chimes in. Why would you go around letting these kind of things happen? I'm sorry, but just because you're playing by the rules doesn't mean you have to play by the rules. Spare the kid. The hell are you doing? You go out there and mercilessly beat and murder one of your friends? One of your friend's kids? It doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff.
I don't want to do this.
Well, then find another way. Don't kill him. Skip town.
Oh.
Mercy him. I don't know. Just you gotta figure something out. Come on, you fight. You do magic. You do all that. Do something.
You're speaking what I'm thinking, Vivo. But we all know, the city knows that it does not work like that.
Well, what happens? What happens after they lose the fight? If he's dead, what happens? Huh? Well,
If I kill him, I take everything that he owns.
well, then just find a way to not kill him.
If I don't spare him, I feel like it is my life instead.
Look, find the way to gain the system. There's always got to be a way.
It is either kill or be killed in the arena. If not by your opponents, then by the city.
I don't know why I'm saying that. There is always a way. There's always a technicality in every contract. There's always a technicality and a way out of everything.
I believe
You're just giving up and you just don't want to look. You know, fuck this nonsense. You're gonna watch him just kind of throw his hands up and walks out of the room. Pretty pissed off, actually.
Is there a spell or some sort that you can just act like he's dead?
there actually is.
I've heard of such a spell, actually. Yes. However, I've never seen it or
Bring it back to life?
I feel like that's the harder part.
well, bringing back to life by whose definition?
I mean, spare the dying, you can... You seem like you have some sort of magical abilities.
Don't get me wrong, I do.
I don't think you can exactly heal and that stuff in the middle of the arena, which is kind of the time you need to. But, you do have a point. There is such a spell. You probably know of it too. Where you can... I don't know if you can do that to other people.
You know what?
If you guys are really trying to think about it, you can go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Big die.
Wow! What a wobble. That was crazy. 25.
Yeah, so you're gonna remembering that there is a spell. There's actually a necromancy spell, and the name. I'll get you the name here in a second. But what the spell basically does is it makes it so that the target of the spell, assuming that the target is of course willing, is put into a comatose state, and it makes it so that their state is indistinguishable from death. But they can still take damage, they can still die, and they have to be willing. There's a lot of conditions along with this, but you're familiar with the spell.
I mean, to coordinate that, to learn that, I mean, how would you be able? I mean,
Wait,
do you even know that sort of magic?
wait. I rolled an 18.
Okay. You would also know that. You know the spell is called Feign Death.
I think Viva was right. Might be a way out of this. My head was just so wrapped around that I might have killed him. I wasn't thinking properly. Might be a way I can save him. However, how I can perform this act to prove a little challenging.
Understandably.
How long does it take to make a scroll?
Please wait.
That's a process.
Yeah, please
is-
wait.
it is.
It's a long time.
It's actually a process.
You gotta like.
Yeah, I don't think I've been asked that before in the middle of a game before. So
Yeah, let's pause on that.
Sorry.
yeah, well, I will let you know. But yes,
Okay.
carry on. Keep going.
Not the amount of time we have.
I would assume not. I could be wrong, but I've literally never been asked that before. So
That's a good question.
it's a good. You got me. I've never been asked that before.
I
so.
win. We can end the session. That's fine.
Congratulations, you win
You
D&D
stumped the
tonight.
dumb
You win
DM.
D&D tonight.
Congrats.
Okay. It depends on the level of spell, but I definitely you would not have that time.
Okay.
Normally, it's costing you a lot of gold, and depending on the level, it could take anywhere from like a day to like a year or 2 years.
Okay.
Well,
And I don't exactly think we can just. I mean, do you know any sort of magic like that?
what I'm thinking is, I could entertain the masses with it. I actually do.
Can you
I
bring
don't.
items with you? Scrolls? I mean, we can go buy one.
I don't know if they'll allow that many objects on your person.
I normally don't like having this magic kind of presence on me all the time. But if the moment needs it, I can use it.
Or you can just kill the young boy.
I would rather not.
Young man. So.
I
Vivo is quite the character. For somebody who.
Yeah, who are you, by the way?
Theo's out of the room.
Yeah,
he left the room.
Yeah.
He's our connection
Fucking
to
hell.
our associate that we acquired the bow through. And he's oddly humane.
Oh, so he might have access to much magical items.
Could at least maybe ask a couple questions. But I don't know how receptive our associate will be. He's a very transactional figure. And typically wants something in return for something else. Or a deep down.
It's usually how transactions go.
These transactions are a little. Which is the weird part, why Vivo seems oddly humane, considering who he works for.
Didn't he mention someone named Elena?
He did.
Is that his wife?
No, she was a former companion of ours. We didn't share the same mind for quite a few things. And they just departed. When I say they, I mean Elena and Edard had more heart than else to say. Don't know. Don't know what they're up to. Don't care. Wish them the best. Don't really care about what happens. But
So why doesn't he just go with her?
we need him.
For what?
He is a connection to our associate, who does wield relatively immense power. And we are working. Should I just rip the band-aid?
Go right ahead.
Alright, well. We unfortunately found ourselves in the throes of a mind flare.
The fuck? 14. Do I know what the fuck a mind flare is?
You heard mind flares.
Yeah, just making sure.
It's not like you are not like the most familiar person in the world with mind flares. You're like, yeah, Underdark, bad, villainous, eat brains. What? Hold on. So
You survived a mind flare.
And only because
You're much stronger than you look.
Thank you. Only because we did end up making one of these deals with...
You're smart, so that's where it comes in. That makes sense.
See, someone else that recognizes.
you guys are end up also hearing it was kind of like a little like a clink, 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 clink. As you end up like kind of looking out the window of the giant sapphires, little beadlets of water kind of start streaking across. Okay, starting to rain outside.
Well, if you need to grab anything, we should probably do it now. Or do
Yes.
you want to fight in that condition?
No.
Maybe get it in the morning.
I still don't understand how you're going to be able to possibly figure out how to magically put someone put someone under for some time. I mean,
I
you
think I found a way.
did sign up for the arena, and we believe you much capable. Apparently, most of the town does too, and as a result, well, no underdog bonus this time. Even for your first fight, which is interesting. So it must be this fellow's first fight too. Personally, I think you're fine. Whatever you end up doing, you'll clearly be the winner.
Well, I thank you for the support. Honestly, but it's a lot. There are a few things I do want to at least look around in the city, see what might be going on. Maybe towards the afternoon, the end of the night, maybe. What's going on with that?
Speak up a little bit.
Between the Blighted Lords and the Scale Legion, I don't know if you remember what's going on with that.
I haven't really thought about anything beyond the walls since we, left. Came back. Though I do have business with.
I mean, didn't you say you were going to go back to... Couldn't Zephyrus help you?
Right, so we can ask Zephyrus
Oh,
to see
yes.
what he could do to aid you. Condition.
He needs to give me that chess piece for 300 gold anyways.
You're dreaming, mate.
You even often more. He said,
I walked away. It goes back down.
"Sure, for sure." You're right. 100% right. Correct.
He. Okay, no, I'm totally down for either resting or leaving right now, just going around the city. What you guys want to do?
We have. Might be a little wet outside, but it's not even. It's just past midday. Plenty of time.
4, 5. If you took a short rest, that and an hour, it was already like 3 o'clock.
So what are we at time-wise?
You guys are probably sitting around like 4 or 5. Looks like the sun's still up. Looks like it might start setting, but you've noticed that the shadow of the rocks and shadow stone, they're kind of hovering above the water. They're starting to cast their shadows onto the city.
Still some time to get things figured out. See what we can use to leverage.
Why don't we go see Zephyrus?
We could. I just don't know how busy he'll be. Since he had a whole...
I mean, we did save his life. He might have to be able to, spare some time with us.
Hopefully. It is a fair point.
It looked like he needed to rest though. He didn't even want to negotiate a sale.
Yeah.
Of a very good price.
He was imprisoned.
Well, yes, but, a man that needing rest and then immediately starts attending customers instead of staying closed for another day. I mean,
He walked away from me and he left. He said, I'm done. I will be back after I recouped or some shit like that.
We can check in with him tomorrow after there's been adequate rest. So we don't have to necessarily see him first. But I'm sure there's other things we can do around town tomorrow. Might be a little easier to do today, perhaps. We could go around, maybe stop at a tavern, see if we could get any more lay of the land. What's been going on since.
Roll history for me.
That is a 18.
Okay. You just think to remember there being a nice upscale bar area, like way down where you guys initially came into this casino area, where you would be able to play your casino games, but also there was a literal bar that looked like it had a lot of patrons in it when you walked in the door.
I mean, we are in one of the greatest casinos here, so I believe that would be a pretty easy endeavor without having to go too very far either.
the tavern is a good place to order some movies.
No tavern. Yeah, you're in the noble district. It's a lot more grandiose here.
Yeah,
Lot
just
more
by seeing you, I can
pompous.
see that. Yeah.
Don't think you can probably walk around in that outfit.
We do need to change. I'm a bit worse for wear.
Ooh, didn't we have a friend that liked a friend?
You probably have all those nice clothes still, right?
We don't have the friend that he liked, though. That was it, odd. That was funny to watch. Well, yes. Could. I just
Stop there.
Only problem I have
Did you all
is...
get like nice clothes from before?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Does it look like I'm wearing nice clothes?
And no, okay, I just popped away backpack.
No.
There's another shop here in the Noble District. I'm a bit wary of leaving the Noble District, simply because we had to use very, very careful words with the guards at the gate to get in.
Alright, we just walked in.
Well, no, we don't have to leave the noble district. I know.
But there is another shop here that does the same thing. Perhaps better, perhaps worse.
Good stuff, bud.
Let's go. I start walking out.
Man's already on a mission.
He doesn't even know where we're going.
Come on, chop chop, let's go.
Frankly, I don't even know where we're going either.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Hey, it's the city. Let's live up. City life, city night, I guess. Night of the city.
It's still daytime. But this evening, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, Scorn did all the
He had all our
He had
gambling
all
money.
the money. He had all.
How much gold you got, actually?
Oh, he has like nothing. Yeah.
Oh, not you.
I know. He has like
Yeah.
nothing.
I think he might have some magical items that he could sell.
I paid for everything. Well,
He
I
was
had
literally held.
At this
all the
point,
gold.
we're holding on because of Cynthia.
I had around like 6,000 to 7,000 gold at one point, and I bought all the shit.
Yeah, I know you did.
At least you did spend some of it before your timely demise.
Okay.
Well,
Let's go. Let's go to a table. You said somewhat of a... We're in the casino, are we not?
Yes.
Right. I'm
But
gonna
you're
go.
not familiar with betting.
I'm gonna go. Why not? It's just meaningless coin.
How much do you even have?
This much. Just shake a bag of gold.
All right. Well,
Okay. Well, I mean, I have to stand next to you, so let's go.
I'm gonna go to that one game.
You want to go gamble right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in a casino.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Did you guys want to go to the shop first? Or you guys
We're
want to
winning money to go to the shop.
Is that what we're doing?
at this point, I don't know.
It's up to you guys. If you guys want to do that, we could do that.
I'm not
Go-
gonna
we
play. I'm not
can
gonna
go-
play a lot.
Go to the shop, see.
I mean, maybe
what
we'll
the-
have something up here. I just want to like kind of check through our wardrobe and stuff. See if there's anything that would befit Reginald.
Sure. Roll investigation.
Ooh, could I? How long does it take to make some shit
19.
with a disguise kit?
Disguise kit. The clothing you have in there isn't going to be as upscale, but you'd be able to kind of piece something together in probably like 20, 30 minutes. What are you saying?
19.
As you're kind of perusing the wardrobe, looks like most of the stuff that you have in there is actually Cynthia and mostly Margaret's clothes. Nothing really tailored towards anything. Man, oh, you do stumble across something though. You do see a full-piece black suit that you actually remember being at ours, which is way too big for him. You could potentially get tailored, but it is rather big for somebody.
This might cost more to tailor than to buy just something different. Well, nothing really here.
I mean,
She likes
could
to wear a
I-
dress.
Could I technically use my disguise kit to tailor his outfit?
I would say
Or use his outfit, combine material with your disguise.
I mean, same. What? Either way,
Yeah.
fine.
I would say you could probably do that. I'm going to make you roll a couple sleight of hands for it, though.
Sure.
And there's not going to have the highest odds on it, but all right. So let's go ahead and have you roll a sleight of hand for the pants. Now trying to
What
tailor.
color is
This
this?
is going to end up taking
Red?
like this
Black and red, right?
This in total, this in total, you know, will take you about 2 hours
2 hours.
2 hours.
Nah, that's gonna
to
take
tailor pants and everything, an entire suit. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
Go to the shop.
I'm gonna go fucking gamble all that money away. I'm not gonna
Okay.
do it. So.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
So we're going to shop first.
I mean, we had to go through the casino, correct?
Do we? Do we have to?
We're
go to
in like the
Well, we go-
Porthos Den is a casino at the same time.
Yeah, but it's like they have a casino section.
It's
It's not necessarily
everywhere,
like,
I was just gonna play like one game to see if I win money and then walk out. See, that was easy. Fuck.
This idea of gambling would be pretty new to you.
That's why I'd be like kind of intrigued to
Yeah.
like do.
I think it's that simple.
It's fairly simple, right? I just walk up to this table, put this currency down, and get currency back.
There's a lot of luck involved. Chance.
Well, let's just try one game. I already walked over towards
okay.
the one game we were playing.
Then don't bet at all.
Okay. All right.
I
so
literally just want to play probably one, maybe two, depending on what happens.
let me go ahead and grab the thing for us really quick. So go ahead
He
and
was
grab
like, I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Want to see what? Sorry, the ball.
yeah.
Yeah. It was D6s.
Yeah, it's D6s. Where is it? Oh, it's over there.
Demon Winter.
So
Oh, yeah.
one thing to note, and this is something that I apparently sent the wrong version of this to
We
the
changing
company.
the rules.
There actually is something that is wrong. So all three of these are supposed to be 2-1, or sorry, 3-1.
Oh, so bad. Okay.
It's even better.
Sorry, 2-1, 2-1.
Oh.
2-1. Yeah. So these, all three of these are supposed to be 2-1
Not better.
instead of 3-1.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you get your dice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
act
so
like.
go ahead and act like those are chips.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and play. So you're gonna play 2 games.
I mean, it depends on how the first hand goes. I mean, we're gonna go. I feel
So
like.
as you walk up to the table, it looks like there is gonna be somebody else who's willing to be the shooter.
Oh, okay.
Shooter.
Yep.
So
Probably know her.
I'm trying to remember this game as far as I want to go here, and if anybody gets a double, then I want to go like here, here.
Yeah, so you can kind of read it. So really,
Here.
so a double roll opens showdown for all those who bet in red. So if any doubles is rolled, then opens a showdown. Showdown is down here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yep. So all of these bets are one-time bets. All of these bets are one-time bets. When you get into a showdown, that's when these bets unlock. So these bets don't actually
show
unlock.
up until.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to bet here, and then if you win, you're able to bet on those. But you have to have bet in red in order to be able to bet on those. Doesn't mean you have to win. So if you bet on like, let's say it's that, you bet on this. Okay, cool. That's great. You're gonna end up getting double, like the doubles here. Well, you didn't win, but you still get to bet down here.
Wait, so I don't bet any. Wait, I can still bet there though.
You can bet this. You
Yeah.
can bet any doubles, or you can bet on specific doubles.
Or, yeah,
you can bet on
that's-
splits. But even if you don't win and you bet here, you still get to bet in the showdown. So it doesn't matter where you bet here, as long as you
That's fine.
are
Okay.
betting here and there is a double, you go to showdown.
I'm just gonna put. Was there a minimum?
For this table, let's see, in the casino you guys are in, we'll say the minimum ends up being around this time of day. We'll say it is 20 gold pieces for this particular table. So you 2 10s right there. So you're betting on doubles.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead, and the shooter is gonna go ahead and go. It's gonna be an 8. 8's paying the mid. No doubles.
Well, that sucked. Do it again.
Okay.
Well, let's hold on.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
One game. Yeah, you did say
just
one
gonna-
game.
Well, that didn't count. That was a warm up.
I don't even know what's happening.
You said 3 to 1, so I'm just gonna go. These are all just 2 to 1 now.
Yeah, all the 2 at once.
That's fine. Okay.
Seven. No doubles.
How much am I bet?
Pays the mid. So that was 50.
That's 50 total now.
Yeah, 50 gold.
Okay, that's fine.
At this point, there's no time for that food.
Arthur,
8.
Jesus
Pays the
Christ!
mid.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Arthur, Arthur,
It's not our money. I mean,
No.
come on. Oh, God.
Man, he's got his bullshit rig.
he's
I think it's time just to go back up to the room and start doing some sewing.
Bro.
7 pays the mid.
They should maybe pay them that. Seems like that's doing fairly well.
Yeah, but Rise has switched. How the fuck are you doing 6, 7, and 8 Dan constantly?
That's crazy.
The whole
That's
point of this
crazy,
was
bro.
to hit some fucking doubles.
That's crazy,
Very
bro.
average roll.
Fucking.
Oh my god.
I just want to do doubles. I don't care about this.
Alright, just doubles?
Yeah.
Here we go, bud.
Bro, what the fuck?
It's nuts.
Alright.
Cassian. I think it's time to withdraw.
One more.
Cassian,
Oh
please.
no, it's
Cassian,
already
Cassian,
it's
please.
already
It's time to
done.
withdraw. It's time to withdraw.
You got a bit 20.
What?
It has to be 20. Doubles! 4.
Wait, something happened?
So I get 4 to 1. So
Yeah,
I
so you're
get
getting 4 to 1, so it's going to end up being a total of. You're basically, in addition to
20
that,
times
you get to
4.
keep. Yeah, you end up getting
it's 100 gold.
60 gold back. So you get 100 gold in total back.
Yeah.
So you get 100 gold back and whatever else you just lost, which was, I hope you keep track of all
I
that.
was. I'm down 50 gold now. That's fine.
It's like showdown. Best please.
Minimum 10.
At this point, yeah, it's a minimum of 10. Yep. No double. Shot down. So basically, with that bet, you're going to end up getting a total of. I'll check the odds here, but I'm pretty sure you get 7 gold back. Yeah, 7 gold.
That's fine. I walk away. Like, this was stupid.
You're telling me.
All right, so you guys end up going through that, and I'll be right back. guys are basically kind of recovering.
You're scoring one like
I
them.
feel like that was pretty quick.
It always ends quick for a lot of people.
Quick wash of.
Cassie,
And
how did it
see-
feel?
Bullshit. Fucking. He rolled 6, 7, and 8.
Shooter. Oh, sorry. Maybe you should have been the shooter.
3s.
Sounding like a
Literally 3s. Fucking first go round.
already sounding like a true gambler there, Cassie.
2s. Then a 9.
So you want to know something?
Huh.
I was out of character. I was actually the one that told Dan, I'm like, Dan, your game has a very large.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was good. I was exploiting that loophole.
Yeah. No, yeah. So like I noticed it immediately after. Like there's a way I treat that correctly.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's how I was winning
That's how you were
the
winning.
entire time.
Yeah.
Until now.
Until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all you have to do is do 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Yeah.
And you guaranteed win something. And 2 to 1, okay, you won your money back from these two, and you lost that. But if you had this, you win this, and that,
Yeah.
basically. Like,
Yeah. Well, you
It
don't
sounded
taste-
like Reginald was explaining a little bit of what I accidentally had on there. I printed the wrong one, so
uh-huh.
yes. But anyways,
I rolled 3 doubles in a row.
did you really?
I rolled
Well, then
two.
you should
I
have been
rolled
the shooter,
two.
it sounds like.
I fucking agree.
Should have shot. Should have shot. Trust the DM dice.
Never trust the DM dice.
Apparently not.
Even if he says you want to try my dice, you say no. It's demon dice.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
We're gonna go to the shop.
Okay. So as you guys end up kind of going outside the casino and walking through a noble district a little bit, you end up hearing what is more sounds of just bards playing some kind of miscellaneous tunes. One of them is actually singing some kind of a hymn. As you guys are all walking past, I want you to go ahead and roll history.
I rolled.
You rolled your vape on the table. Hit it with a half.
What'd you get?
Nothing.
Hi.
22.
My two.
17.
Not 20.
Just casually over there.
All right. So all three are going to end up remembering this, but this is a actual song that was talking about the founding of the Freelands, and particularly it's a hymn kind of commemorating the Lord and his coming to. But it's actually kind of interesting for you, Reginald, specifically. One thing that ends up kind of you is like you're kind of remembering the song. You've heard this song like 100 times at this point, but for some reason, as you're hearing it, it's like, what? It feels like the song it doesn't even like glare over stuff. It just misses a lot of the details, like how the Lord came into power and how everything's kind of transpired and how everything happened. It's just like, there's like a line in there. It's talking about how his reign appeared in the dead of night and basically saved everything that was in sight. And you're just kind of thinking about it, it's like even what you've heard from like other stories, like everything's kind of like that. You're just I don't know. It's striking you as odd as you're listening to this, even though you've heard this before. It just almost has new meaning to you now.
Am I able to remember like what it was that I was heard originally instead? Like, wait, he didn't like rise tower out of nowhere. He actually it's different this way.
And well, that's the thing, because every time like you're hearing this and you're thinking about it, like every time you go to try to think about it, that's all that really comes to mind. That's all you've heard in every song. Like the same exact line is all you heard in every song, every tale. It's like, he came to power overnight and took control of everything in sight. It's just like, why is that always what's said? It really sticks out to you for some reason in an odd way.
But not like something's missing from it, right?
No. It seems like everything's there, but it's like this line's never really meant anything to you before, but now all of a sudden it's like, why?
Heard this before.
Something's odd about that hymn. That tune.
Well, we heard it as kids. We've heard it all the time.
Well, yes, but now listening to it, I don't know. It's like out of nowhere. That this line, and it's the Lord coming to power. Just out of nowhere, saving everyone. Does that not?
Maybe.
Does that not strike you in any particular way or manner?
No.
No.
I believe it to be true, from all accounts that I've read and heard of. I don't necessarily find that odd. I mean, I believe that is why this is the Freelands.
I don't know. There's just something about that. Just random, spontaneous. There's got to be more. Bard.
Yeah, terribly sorry. You frightened me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. Yes, you're gonna watch this kind of strums in their chord.
You play beautifully. Voice very elegant.
Why, thank you very much for the compliment you pay. He's obviously being better tuned than me.
Question for you. I'm sorry, your name?
My name, kind sir, is Regal the Ween, and we will be here until the ends. What can I do for you, my friends?
Does he ever not sing?
Regal, thank you for your time.
Kind of shit.
And I don't mean this in any insulting manner. Are you sure you're singing the hymn correctly?
The hymns I sing are full and true, from the tales told through and through, of times that pass and times that reign. Once again, I sing what's slain, the days and gone of the lords, and keep in the nay we go, rising to seek. But there's never a day that passes true without me singing a tale as true to you.
What's my response to this? Like, because I've only been here
Whatever
for a
your
few
response-
days.
Yeah, whatever
so
your response is.
So like, but like, are there bards in the Fae? Like,
There's bards in the Fae, but you've probably never seen them being this performative like this.
Like, is this like extravagant, or is this
This
like
is
some
like
bullshit?
this is over the top. The fact that he's like literally having a conversation in song while also trying to like play his thing and sing.
Okay, that's my mindset. Okay.
You like
That's
it?
good. That was good, man. That's good. If I could give you an inspiration, I'd
No, we cannot give him.
Oh, what? Critical miss. Oh, critical hit. All right, TPK, let's go.
Oh, boy.
The reverse.
And Regal, where
Use
do you
reverse inspiration.
Regal, where do you recall?
This hymn I heard at the Bard College Day
Can
in
you
the
just
very far
speak
land
instead of sing? It's a sentence.
of Pike today. There are many things I learned out there, and this one is one that I've come prepared today.
Pardon
no.
again for the
Is there another one of
questions. I'm
those?
just very, very intrigued by this particular hymn. I just would like to know more of the history of this particular one. Where it originated, how it came to be. Who were the first ones to sing it?
The first to sing this song far and large were the bards, of course. We are at large across the land, across the sea. There's nothing else it could ever be.
Are you okay?
If you want to know specifically, tip your hat towards me. You'll watch as he just kind of opens up his hat and expecting a coin.
I'm not giving this fucker gold.
Gave the casino. The casino.
Take one. Take Cassian's gold. And
Is
give
there
it to
gold?
There's no gold in the hat. He literally took the hat off of his head.
There's no gold. Damn it! I was gonna take some.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I was gonna do. Oh, thanks.
I'm gonna reach over like Cassian. I think I sense something magical presence. That waitress over there. You see her? I think she's holding something.
Roll deception versus insight.
I'm going to.
Yeah, deception versus
Yeah.
insight.
I'm not that fucking gullible.
We'll see.
Did you nat 20 yet?
No.
Hey, what am I rolling?
Deception versus insight.
Inside.
I'm insight.
Yeah, you're inside.
Ah,
Damn.
7.
7, 9.
Race,
Wow.
Race to the bottom.
That's crazy.
You know what? My newly found inspiration.
No. Okay.
I mean, you could use it, bro. Like,
Can you get inspiration for doing?
Do you think
using
that
it?
waitress? The bracelet, that waitress is
Oh, magical item. I just quickly walk off.
slide it. I'm gonna slide it.
okay,
and
you're gonna be sleight of hand. Go for it.
Alright, sweet. 22.
22. Yeah, you're gonna be able to just like as he's kind of doing, kind of trying to tail behind him. You just kind of like reach in really quick, and you manage to grab a single gold piece.
Okay.
That was all you had was gold pieces, right? Do you have anything else or no?
I got some silver and copper.
Okay. Here, 1 second. All right, you end up actually grabbing a silver piece.
Okay. Who's gonna use this on gambling anyways?
Why, thank you, sir.
I'm gonna listen to that fucking.
If you want to know, you watch it just kind of tips the hat, like a little gold, silver piece falls out rather. He kind of grabs it and says, "If you want to know," and he strums a chord and says, "If you want to know, then the best thing I'd say would be to talk to those far away. Over yonder in the corner of sea, there is a place with memories. Tales are told and tales held true. The place that you will find what you want to find away inside the books and places far and wide. And as we go far, 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 far away." It's just a block over there. You watch as he immediately begins playing the rest of the song.
Is he even like a jar somewhere?
What is that?
He does. He has like a little area. It looks like it's like a little case that he's sitting in.
It's like 2 gold. Or, and it's true.
I want to interact with this woman.
You will.
I'm just saying. I'm totally doing it.
You watch as like this like waitress over there just kind of saying, "Yeah.
Does
So
she-
what exactly was it you need? Oh, hello. What do you
What
need?
did you say? She had a-
bracelet.
Does she actually have a shiny bracelet on?
She has a bracelet. Yeah.
Miss, your bracelet. I must. Let me see. And I just
Wait,
grab
wait,
her. I grab her hand.
What do you want, my bracelet? Get your hands off me! What are you trying to do?
I want to see if there's any arcane magic.
Just get your. He watches you just start slapping hands. Get your filthy hands off me! Ugh! This is disgusting.
You're a wait. She's a waitress. Madam, just give me this fucking.
Roll contested strength really quick.
So just straight strength.
Yeah, contested strength.
As opposed to gauge strength.
That's gonna be a. It's gonna be an 8.
Okay. You watch as she's all just like
I'm just.
she just like rips her hand out of there and says, "You want me calling the gods? I'll call the gods over here."
Okay, can I look to see if her?
Yeah, roll Arcana.
Okay.
Did she show her like bracelet? And I'm like,
Yeah.
go call her. Play.
Arcana's gonna be 25.
You're like, no magic found. Huh.
Whatever. It's not even magical. I just walk off. Go back to those two.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Damn.
You're gonna watch as she just kind of turns around and says, "Listen, all these men that go on through the streets are always trying to grab me and fondle me. It's just I'm used to it."
Real.
I've already worked out.
Damn, girl.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I walk up to them and I'm like, is he fucking done singing?
He's still singing, but he's just not singing and talking.
Yeah, you just gave him something.
You gave him 2 gold. For the wonderful performance.
That waitress had nothing.
Oh, I really? I could have sworn. It might have. I saw a glint from it. It might have been refracted from the light.
You are not very smart, are you?
Smarter than you
No.
than betting money on a casino and losing it. So
I don't know that's necessarily intelligence. It's more like kind of sweet, like street smarts. You know, you might have. Anyway, well, shall we continue to the shop? I believe he was just talking with the library.
Oh, I did not pick that up actually.
The books and mentioned.
You know what? If there's anyone
With
smart, it
stories
is
and
you,
stuff.
Arthur.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
I may have the
He's
street
definitely the
smarts, but
smarter
you
one.
have the core smarts. I think there's an animal named after you. I think actually, it's a little squid.
I like I like that a lot, actually. It's cool. I'll remember that.
Okay, well,
Are these worms? Are they actually in your books?
if you don't take good care of them,
They eat them up.
yes.
Area. Waste of intellect. Waste of knowledge. Allowing creatures to just eat their books.
Well, we don't like that. Certainly, whoever keeps those books and lets that happen is the more awful one in the situation. Not all like that. I, in fact, believe the library is very well kept here, very, very vast. You could definitely learn a thing or two. Especially if we wanted to go to the library for several things when we first got here. Just been getting
Oh,
pulled
that's
away several times.
right.
We wanted to help Edard with, wine play business, but it's. I mean, I'm just curious at this point.
Yeah, we could still have some knowledge.
Why don't we go? I just start walking towards the shop.
Not a very learned one, is he?
Come on!
Acquired taste.
Let's
acquired
go.
Taste. I mean, we felt the same way with students. Acquired taste.
Money.
Okay. Oh, he's getting further away. Okay. Maybe we should go. Okay. Hey, Cassian, don't go too far. Cassian!
So you're gonna end up noticing as he gets up walking farther and farther away, you end up kind of have to catch up a little bit. You have to like kind of keep your pace going and really try to catch up a bit more. As you end up eventually catching up, though, you're gonna end up seeing what is this sign that says Regaldo. And this one isn't actually Regaldo made. You notice that this one actually has literally just the word Regaldo up front. As you're looking at the store itself, you're going to end up seeing that the entire storefront is made of wood. So it looks like it has stainless glass that seems to, or not stainless, stained glass that seems to cover the entirety of the windows, creating what seems to be some kind of a man wearing some kind of elaborate dress-like configuration, almost like a suit. So it looks like it has embezzlements and everything going all the way across. And as I look at the other one, it is a woman wearing some kind of an ornate dress that seems to almost be like some kind of a crazy ball-like gown. It looks like it's even fancier than some of the stuff you've seen at some of the other establishments you've been to.
This is definitely a place where it might be a little pricier than we might.
Nonsense, he's the fighter. He will get it. Let's go. We walk. Just walk in.
He's a front man, I guess.
Discord. Discounts.
Excuse me, Jet, or who would I see when I'm walking?
You would see a woman that seemed like she's wearing some kind of a very, very nice gown. But it's wearing more of the colors of the actual establishment itself. So.
Madam, we need the attire for the fighter tomorrow so he can represent himself properly.
You're looking
Chop,
for...
chop, come on!
No, chop, please. We're looking for the fighter from the whores. They're in here in this establishment. That does not make any sense.
Well, madam, this is Woodstock, a very famed fighter from a vast, faraway land.
He's not famed at all. I've seen the odds in the fight. He's facing a child.
That's not his fault.
How did you get in here by chance?
Papers.
Excuse me?
Excuse you. How did he get inside of here?
He is my guest.
You guested somebody from the Blighted District.
He needs assistance, and he will get it from you.
Can I see your papers, please? Please?
Oh, huh?
That won't be necessary. We're here, regardless, to pay with coin.
Can I see said coin you wish to pay with?
I don't even know the prices of this place. And I'd like to see and perhaps browse. Anything to suggest for something of this lad's stature?
Comical. I could possibly recommend something if you show me you even have the coin in the shop here. I'm sorry, we normally deny service to anyone who enters our establishment who doesn't have the fitting attire. You, sir, seem like you might have coin. Yeah. No.
In all my travels, I've never even heard of this place. No one really speaks of this place.
Because you're poor and you don't really venture out very much. You see, Regaldo's company as a whole is only ruled by the finest elites of the fine city and the holdout city of Pike, some of which are actually members of the Lord's Court. And unless you have coin to compete with the Lord's Court and the nobles of the city, I recommend you leave this fine establishment.
It's the first time I drew into the city. It's the first time I
And this is probably the last time you'll ever see Regaldo made in person, so... Do you wish to show the coin that you possess? Do you wear anything of fine status or stature? Fine jewelry, watches, suits, anything you can show as collateral of what you might actually obtain.
I present her the Rocky watch.
Oh, that's quite expensive. How'd you steal that?
It was a gift.
Hi.
Oh, so you didn't even pay for it.
No, like I said, I'm a traveler. A far traveler.
Roll persuasion.
Bitch. Just wait to be some notes.
Got him.
Okay, 1 minute. 12.
Yes, and the traveler
Can
who
we
won't be
help
wearing...
him somehow?
I'll let you use the help action to give it advantage. Go ahead.
Alright.
trying to hype up our boy, you know what I'm saying? Woodstock.
Is that a crit fail?
No, dude!
It
No fucking way.
was! Sounds
That's
great.
crazy.
I dropped the watch.
Yes, and you're a traveler that won't be wearing Regaldo in any point in the near future. Perhaps, if you win the fight, then we will be able to tailor everything you'll need, because you might actually have a bit of status at the time. But every second you're standing in this fine establishment made by Regaldo himself, it questions even more whether or not you belong here, you have the money to exist here, and why you're here in the first place if you're really trying to get into a higher place in life by risking your life on the line. Why would you be already inside the Noble District? Nothing really seems right about this. So, I best recommend, it is your best interest, truly, Mr. Fighter person, that you get out of Regaldo right this very second before I call the guards and our giant automatrons in here to question you on your papers and the validity of your stay here in the Noble District. Thank you very much, and enjoy your stay in the Noble District.
I thought I was entitled.
I politely bow and I turn around.
Sir, if you wish to stay, we do have many wares for you.
No, madam, that is not necessary.
Well, fine.
When you win your fight, presumably, come back. We can talk.
Customer service isn't the best. I see. Who is it? Reginald? Ricky? Whatever his name is. Interesting.
Rob.
Ricardo.
Rex.
Roberts?
Ronald McDonald.
Did I actually look at the name? No, it's
Ricardo.
It's Regaldo.
Is it?
Regaldo.
Oh, okay.
This is the
So
main
We were
store,
just-
and
we were
then the
just
one.
joking.
Oh,
We were fine.
okay. I know when I'm not wanted.
Okay. So you guys are standing outside the shop in the streets of the Noble District. What do you want to do?
What are you looking for?
Well, we were originally here to get you something to be more presentable here in the rest of the district. And I don't think, well,
Yeah, at this point, I don't think it really matters. I mean, I'm his guest. I mean, I'm used to people giving me looks and stares and glares and bad attitude. What do I care about a stuck-up woman that can't even hold herself in a fight? Let's go around the city. Let's see what it has to offer. We can go to the tavern. We may be able to hear something that's
it was
going-
bar.
A bar. Well, maybe a bar here in district. In this district. Is there one in this district?
There's still time.
There's a tavern in this district. Yeah.
We're gonna go to the library.
There's
See
still
these bookworms.
I feel like libraries out of this district as well.
I should know.
That's a good question.
That's a Discord question. Regardless, if we want to, did you not offer?
It is in the Noble district. I'll just give that to you. 'Cause you guys are both. Everyone's looking. I'll tell you, it is in the Noble district.
Okay.
You can look at the map though. It's number 12. Ivory Archives was the name.
Nice.
What are you gonna ask?
Never mind. I think you didn't really tell us what the whole disguise thing.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I'm not
we'll have
too
to
worried.
find.
I'm not too worried. It really doesn't matter to me.
We could do something that we infamously do all the time.
Oh. Okay. Pick out of places?
Well, not just that. Don't want to do that. No, we like to split up and split the work very well and evenly, and based on one skill. And he's like the
You'll feel a rattle in the sky. It's even like the gods themselves are kind of like baiting you right into there.
I don't think that's necessarily the best idea. In fact, I am keen to visit the library now that it's been mentioned.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
And hopefully there's no book.
This way, right? I just start walking towards the direction I think it's going.
Roll a d4.
D4.
I actually want to look around if I see a
4.
a citizen.
You're gonna see plenty of like kind of noble looking and like kind of prissy people walking around the streets. You're just gonna start walking in that direction.
The correct direction?
Just a direction.
Okay.
A direction.
North, south, east, west is what I'm assuming he
Yep.
goes.
I'm gonna stop on them. Pardon, citizen. I'll be quick.
Oh, gods, what are you? You okay?
Yes, it's fine.
You're filthy.
Thank you. Where's the library?
You're welcome. The library was that way, and you're gonna watch as they just kind of point behind you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're gonna watch it just immediately starts running off.
Did I go the right
Keep
direction?
your blights out of our city.
Was he going the right direction?
He was not going the right direction.
Okay. He's not going the right direction. It's this direction.
Oh no, we're going to lose him.
Oh, actually, no. He needs to be next to me. Cassian, it's this way!
Cassian, come back.
What?
This way!
It's this way.
No, it's not!
Are you sure?
Yes!
Whatever. Arthur, are you sure? I know you're a little more of the smarter one.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So as you end up walking this direction, you end up walking through a little bit more
It's
than the
literally
district.
right next door to the casino.
Is it really?
It
next door.
100% is.
We can literally just stay the night there.
It literally is. So as you guys end up kind of walking back, you realize you are walking back towards Fortune's Den, and as you see the giant, just construct that is the Fortune's Den, you look. Oh, and there's this bitty building over here that actually is about small compared, but it's pretty sizable. And you're like, that was we walked past it earlier.
Well, that's convenient. They're right next door.
Shall we?
Yes.
As you walk into the building, it looks like the building itself is actually pretty bland on the exterior. Looks like the building has a giant, like, concrete wall going out front. It's very brutalist in its styling. It's literally just like a wall going all the way through. And as you get closer to the wall, you end up seeing that the wall begins to have like a tiny shimmer going all the way across it. Almost like as you get even closer, like pieces of silver and gold are just literally sticking out of the wall. But as you get even closer, that's not even gold and silver. You realize these are little gemstones just kind of like planted into the wall that seem to almost like radiate little beams of light periodically. It's almost like a cascading wall of light just kind of moving up and down, just making things shine as you get closer and closer to the door.
This is
Hardly. A bit much, but
Let's go.
I like it.
Is
Is it bigger than the one in Pike?
It is not bigger than one pipe.
there. Let's go.
As you end up walking all the way up, you're going to watch as the door itself isn't made of wood, isn't made of steel or anything like that. You're going to watch it is almost like an ivory cream going all the way down, perfectly well contrast against that kind of like more like stony, kind of dirty, muddy looking exterior that ends up having all the jewel stones inside of it. And as you end up getting all the way up to it, you begin to push the doors open. You just give a little bit of contact on these like ivory marble doors as they just begin to open for you all the way, exposing the inside of this library. As you go inside, you're going to end up seeing what is ivory columns that seem to kind of just hold the entirety of this construct up, going all the way across, with a red carpet that seems to go all the way across, with an obvious way to kind of follow and guide you in. This carpet itself seems to be made out of not just like some kind of a fur or anything like that, but it looks like it's made out of almost like red fox going all the way across. It's just, it's a very, very difficult thing to even like fathom this. Like you get this much fur make some kind of a walkway and then have to constantly replace it to make it have this exterior look and not have just destroyed by people stepping on it. It's just like, this is pretty impressive. As you end up walking up to what is a marble counter also carrying this ivory color and milky texture going all the way across, manned by one individual, some kind of an elf.
Man, woman.
A man.
Take a step off of the box. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of foxes. That's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
This does not make sense. How many did they have to kill? My gods.
Are these just not animals you hunt?
Well, normally, yes, but like, I would have never have fathomed that someone would use this for grand decorum, such as this.
So once you get inside, it gets much better. If you're worried about the foxes, it's only in the entry area.
Oh, okay.
If you're worried.
Which we're not. And in fact, would you care to point us in the direction of finding more information about some otherworldly beings, perhaps some other plane-shifting kind of creatures? Any section?
Plane shifting? Why, of course, sir. And just so you're aware, my name is Sabni, and if you ever have any questions, I will be on deck here during the better part of the later evening.
Sibin?
Sibonene.
Sibonene.
I thought you said something.
Sibonene. Where is your section for rare artifacts? Magic items.
There's a wide selection of artifacts that can exist. Are you talking artifacts of the gods? Are you referencing artifacts found or temples of ancient ruins? Lost civilizations? There's many, many ways that we could categorize this in the library.
Whichever you think is most valuable.
I would have to presume artifacts by the gods themselves.
Which direction?
Well, and you watch as he just kind of gets out from behind the desk, starts kind of walking off, and as it happens, you're gonna watch as like a little like projection of him, almost like a mirror image, just kind of like pops up behind the actual desk itself.
Oh, there's more of him.
I want to.
Is he able to use magic?
I said, library keeper. Imagine it's part of the job.
As you're kind of talking, Brother is going to respond to you. Hello! Great to make your acquaintance. I will be back momentarily.
It's a recording.
I see. I guess I want to take a look around. I guess just a quick perception to see like who I see in here or like if anything stands out.
Sure, go ahead and roll perception for me. Or I guess investigation if you're really trying to look around. It's up to you. If you want to go perception off a quick glance or if you're just really looking.
I guess, yeah, investigation. Okay. 19.
Okay. As you're kind of perusing the room, you recognize that there's a good amount of people just walking around, holding books, some of them sitting down. Nobody really strikes you, like, particularly. You do end up seeing what is a couple of Scale Legionnaires just standing inside the library themselves. Looks like they're kind of keeping guard, not really partaking in any of the book reading. But it seems like it's not overly packed, but there's enough well-dressed citizens.
Okay. Okay. There's some calm people. And I wonder if they have any, like an itinerary or anything. That's well, he's off away.
What do you mean?
Just itinerary. What the wrong word to choose here.
Catalog, maybe?
Catalog, index cards, where we can.
Well, hopefully. And back soon. I wouldn't presume to know where everything's located right away. Usually, each time I've been to a different library, they have a different system. The one in Pike, one I'm most familiar with, organized not by author, and not by subject matter either, but by the ending letter of the end of the title of the book. It's weird, but it made sense in a way.
The monks kind of used a different system as well. They used something to, I can't remember, something to do with Dewey. That's all I remember. Weird name.
Couldn't even tell you. Dewey?
Dewey.
Huh.
Dewey something.
Either way, I don't want to know. I don't know what Pike's library is like. Or, excuse me, Shadowstone's library. Pike's library, however, was definitely much larger. I think the Lord had more of a curiosity and knowledge than I would say most throughout the lands.
I'd love to see that.
I hope, well, I doubt it's still there.
Shame.
Well, in terms of business, I want to look around for today, or at least for the evening. I don't know if they close at a certain time. Hopefully we can stay within for a while. And, I want to look more about the Mind Flayers, personally. And maybe even in terms of planar shifters, like our friend D'Artagnan, who seemed to appear seemingly out of nowhere. And perhaps maybe some other things that might be interesting there in that section.
I'm curious about some of the history, like in years. Maybe get more information about the Empire.
Great idea. Maybe we can understand more of the relation of why the Empire might want to take Pike so much.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there is
Some hidden history.
more relevance that we don't know about. And I believe Cassian, if you wanted to, even if you looked up a book about the...
I'm gone.
Yeah,
Fine,
Cassian's
actually,
gone.
never mind,
Yeah.
he's gone.
That's why I'm talking. Sorry, that's why I'm not engaged. Yeah.
Cassian would have been interested, perhaps, in maybe books on the Eye of Exrath, considering that's next. Beyond the arena, of course. Yeah. Quite the night ahead of us. You do not have to stay as long as you feel you need. Like, just you have a big day tomorrow, and you need rest.
Yeah,
I feel better after drinking potions.
I have to stick around as long as he's around.
I feel like you go back to the hotel. We're right next door.
I don't want to chance it.
Remember, you're not there too, so.
That's fair.
Uh-huh. Well, regardless, even if Cassie's not around, I believe I could walk with you. That'd be a big deal.
Yes. Yeah, if I really feel like it, I'll try to.
Big day tomorrow, regardless.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
this child that everyone's so like, ooh, don't think it. He might have some tricks up his sleeve. In fact, he could be a little dirty fighter too. I don't know if there is any honor in these fighting, in these fights, truly, or if they are allowed to play
Can be a
it.
little dirty. Fighting.
Especially two people from the Blighted District, I'm sure, will have sort of a reputation expected about.
And we have a reputation on it.
As we've seen.
Well, I guess. Well, let's wait for this guy.
So while you're kind of being guided to the library, he's going to end up stopping at one second. Saying, so over here we actually have the
extensive knowledge of what would be considered parts of the Feywild. We have the Archfey, since they consider themselves to be almost demigods. There's a wide variety here. If you look over and you kind of see as he points to one of the plaques where it has an author's name. Anything by this man, you'll end up finding as it relates to the Feywild. Now, if we carry on over this way, and you watch just kind of walking a little bit further. Now, this section over here is going to end up containing an entire archive of all of the gods and goddesses that we currently have on record. Some knowledge here is a little bit incomplete, and we do apologize for this, as we're trying to contain and gather more knowledge on some of the gods and goddesses. But these, I'm sure, will have different mentions of relics and such that are within their power. And you actually kind of walk a little bit further. Over here, you'll also end up finding an area of forbidden cursed relics, which might be of interest to you, but these are known in the area, and some of them, their whereabouts were exposed within the past couple hundred years, so there is chances that there might be information there that is still relevant if they were left untouched.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the section of the Feywild with
the demigods.
Alright, and you're going to be over there kind of
since I
perusing through
just
those.
recently saw one.
Sure. Alright, so what do you want to be looking for specifically in there?
Honestly, Lysandra. See if there's any mention of her, and if she is a collector of wares.
Okay. So you're going to end up kind of picking up a couple of books. I think there's actually some children's books that are kind of like tucked in there as well, but looks like there's some more scholarly ones, but it's kind of up to you what you find interesting. So you have like children's books, you have more scholarly books.
Scholarly books.
Alright, as you end up kind of picking up some of the children's books, you look at titles and everything, it's kind of interesting and funny. Like one of them catches your eye. It's just kind of like something about like stories of the Feywild for children to keep them good and old, and it's like, okay. You're just kind of like perusing through some of them. Some of the titles aren't really sticking out to you, but one of them ends up sticking out and you kind of pull it out. No. So as you end up pulling out this book and you end up looking at the title itself, you're going to end up seeing what is a history of the Archfays. And it looks like it has a entire catalog. You kind of go to the table of contents in there of each of the different Archfays that are known to the material plane.
Okay. Is Lysandra with them?
It looks like Lysandra.
Or Lady Lisa.
Yeah. So Lysandra is actually not in there, but Lady Lisa is.
Okay.
You're going to end up seeing a bunch of names on there. One second. Pull this up. Sorry about that. So you end up seeing something for so you're just kind of like perusing the names. You see like one for somebody you don't even know. You see one for someone named Zenario, which you actually recognize to be a lord, not just you know, but a lord that's close to you, and this name he goes by is Zenario.
Denario?
Zenario. Yeah, that's your
Zenyatta.
yeah, that's your lord. It's gonna be Xenaryo. Zenario. You also ended up saying one there for another particular Fae, which it's such an odd name because all of them end up just being single names. This one just kind of sticks out to you in the table of contents, and it's going to be Bada Nabu. It's the only one that has two separate names as part of the title of this Archfey.
But do?
So Bada, so Bada, and then Nabu, Bu.
Baba
Bada-
Ganoush. Baba Ganoush. There we
There
go.
Bada Nabu.
But on
And then you also are going to see one for a Lady Lisa. There's going to be the three names that stick out to you.
okay. I'm going to honestly be intrigued by Bada Nut Boo.
Okay.
And flip to his section.
Okay.
Or its section.
Okay. So as you end up going to its section, we're gonna have you go ahead and just start perusing through that. We'll have you go ahead and roll investigation, and we'll go back to you guys. Okay. So as he ends up walking back over to you, he'll say, "Terribly sorry about that. What can I do for the lot of you?" And you can watch the little image of him just disappears. What would you like? What interests you? What curiosities might you have of the world around you?
Well, plane shifters are of interest, and otherworldly species. Maybe just catalogs of those. I'm just interested.
Catalogs from the astral plane, from the Feywild, from
The astral plane.
the astral plane. Very well. I shall guide you over there. While we are out, is there anything I could do for you, sir? Since I saw you two mingling over here, you must know each other. Are you with him, or?
May he join us.
But of course, knowledge is not restricted to those of lower status.
Please.
Appreciate it. For me, it's just current events, history.
How current are we talking here, sir?
From present day all the way back, dating 10, 50, 100, 400 years ago.
400 years ago.
I mean,
That's quite a vast range.
More detail about the founding of
founding of Pike, the founding of this city,
Freelands in general,
mhm.
with relation to the Empire.
As well as maybe, the history of, just maybe
if
history of hymns, entertainments, folklore on scratch the folklore part. I guess more just the foundings, the history of the foundings of the great cities.
Of the races?
The great cities.
Oh, the great cities. Of the Empire, of the Freelands.
The Freelands.
The Freelands.
And the Empire.
If that's the case, then you'll be going back nearly... Lord, when was it? It was maybe... just over... maybe 50 years ago, 40 years ago, when the actual, the reintegration of this area was, when the Freelands were founded. If you're doing that recent, then I could take you over to that section. It won't be too far away from his author either.
That'd be appreciated.
Easy enough. Okay, please lead on.
Alright, so as you're kind of walking through the library, you're going to end up eventually getting to a point where he kind of stops. So, right over here, you'll find an extensive history of some of the creatures and knowledge that we have of the astral plane itself, and the connections of how close they come to the sacred plane. That'll be off in the farthest corner. If you're going literally more for the creatures are going to be right over here in the front next to us. Now, if you really wanted to get deep inside of what the astral plane has to offer, when it comes down to other subspecies and humanoids alike, I would recommend going to some of the higher shells over there that would give you more of a cultural dive of what exists in it.
Before this person goes away, I want to look around and see if there's signage anywhere, labeling any of this stuff.
Looks like there's just Arthur titles kind of going across.
I want to ask, is this how it's organized? Libraries by author?
Yes, our library is organized by author.
Not necessarily subject matter.
No. But this author right here has specialized entirely in this. You watch as he kind of looks up and or points specifically to this row of books. And as you end up saying, in this one over here, he specialized specifically on the creatures over there. And you watch as he just kind of points to basically this. What looks like you're kind of looking at it too for this particular author. You're going to end up seeing what it's like volume 1, volume 2, just kind of going across the stem. Looks like this is literally just an entire catalog of this man's work over the course of generations. And up at the top over there, that author specialized more in the cultural beings of the actual astral plane itself. When we end up breaking up our library itself, we do break it up alphabetically by the authors, but we do end up taking the authors themselves and breaking them up into sub-areas, which
end up normally going, you could think of them almost as planes or subject matters, and when they get alphabetized. I'm sorry, my words are lost for me at the moment. No, that can't possibly be right.
Alphabetized.
But maybe that's it. The words just eluding me at the moment. But if you were to go ahead and just look at this particular area, this area is relating on matters more so to the astral plane. You could find this author in another section as well, but he did catalog most of his life doing this particular subject.
Thank you. Thank you for the vast description.
Yes, of course. If you end up needing any other matters, subject matters, you could actually look and you'll see if he points up to these signs. So these signs actually show either the areas and the reigning gods that are them, or the actual planes themselves and the subject matters that contain them. So if you just kind of look for those symbols, that will help to guide you slightly as to what your section is in your subject matter. Yes, of course. Now, as for you, sir, can you re-specify what it was? Your explanation was rather verbose, and I got lost in the details.
Well, just more of the history of how this city was founded as well, maybe how
Specifically, the city was founded last 50 years. Correct.
Correct. And who have been the lords, the rulers of the cities over the past years, and how they came to power. They're like autobiographies, if you have.
Oh, absolutely. There actually isn't an autobiography, I believe. No, there is. There actually is. No, we actually do have that. It wasn't written by the Lord himself, but we do have some catalogs of him and his court and everything that's happened in the past 50-something years since this has happened. Here, right this way. Yes. So, and you're going to watch, he just kind of like walks over 2 aisles. So right over here, if you're looking on this shelf, this is going to be kind of transcripts and different types of artifacts, if you want to call them that we've essentially obtained from the Lord and his court himself, what they've been able to, inform us on. Not everything has been privy to the public knowledge, but this is the history of some of the wars and the great conflicts. This book right over here is going to be a tale from the recollection of the Lord and his court's perspective on how they were to maintain the freedom within the free lands and really break away from the imperial rules. And over there you can find, and you watch the point to a higher shelf, right over there, that author actually specialized specifically in the establishment of the free lands during the recolonization of the Jar of Exrath. But that entire catalog over there is a little bit more intensive of a read. I'm not sure exactly what your level of understanding is. I mean no offense. I'm just your attire doesn't really suit up to be the most of. He writes in a very difficult to read manner.
There's no offense. I'm still quite curious, nonetheless.
By all means, then go help yourself. But if you acquire anything else, simply go ahead and you'll watch as he just kind of put his hand out in the aisle. It's like, just do this, and one of us will be over there soon.
I appreciate it. And before you go, just a quick question.
Yes.
Everything here is of public access.
Yes, but of course.
Nothing restricted.
But of course.
Okay. No.
But
Sorry, the last library.
roll insight really quick.
It's lying to your dirty ass.
Stinky. 20. Nice.
You watch he kind of chokes up a little bit as he says that. But of course. It's very subtle, but you're able to pick up onto it.
Okay, I want to go into a little bit. I was only asking, just so I could avoid certain areas. I mean, if I were to go upstairs, in the far corner upstairs, that's something I shouldn't.
No. You won't run into anything like that.
Anything, nothing like that.
No. There is no restricted section that you'd stumble into or anything like that. Be quite alright.
Nothing downstairs. So if I make myself downstairs, that's also fine.
Well, so there's no downstairs. So there's nothing for you to worry about.
Okay.
So keep it down. Go in the library.
Sorry. That's me. What am I saying? Of
Like,
course.
go around the corner and like.
They. Okay. All right, Cassian. But thank you.
Library.
But of course, if you need anything else, of course, like I said, just hand out in the aisle, wave. Or she just kind of turns around and walks away. Alright. So, Arthur, what are you going to be kind of perusing right now?
I'm
are you
going to be
looking
looking for restricted section. Unironically. Unironically.
Ironic.
Yeah, I was planning on doing that anyway.
You were playing it anyway.
Like, I'm gonna. No, I've been in a couple of these cool places. Know some of the nooks and crannies that might be hidden around.
Downstairs.
I want to look for any blocked entrances or maybe parts of the wall that might seem to give way or subtle pathways on the ground.
Scuff marks of a bookshelf being moved.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Or a fencing.
Okay. So, as you end up kind of walking around this library, roll a d20 for me.
It's a 15.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation, and you're just going to be going around doing this whenever I ask you.
Oh, what a wobble.
Yeah.
It's on 11.
Okay. You're not really finding anything right now, but you are kind of perusing through, so.
Give the same investigation.
Alright, what are you looking for?
Alright.
Also looking for the restricted area. Where are the stairs?
Sounds familiar. I actually just start taking one of the books, maybe.
Which one? Which area are you looking for?
More so the autobiography ones that were like autobiographies.
More biography,
Lord's,
but yeah.
Best thing you can have after
the Lord's Court and everything. More so about more information on the Lord of this City of Pike. How that started. I'll get to know how he was, how he became the Lord and everything.
Okay. As you're kind of reading the first page, it looks like you just kind of turn to it. It's like, so you're seeing a little bit, and it just immediately starts as a, when I was a boy, blah, blah. And then you're like, okay. You just start flipping. Then eventually you get to a start where you realize, oh, they're talking about like actually like kind of running the city, the found like kind of before the founding of the city, it's like running the city. It's like, okay, we go back a little bit. Then all of a sudden you end up seeing a section where it's talking about how in a time of crisis an opportunity rose, and it kind of just skims over the entire topic. You're just kind of like perusing the pages. You're just kind of going, it's like, what? Then you're thinking, maybe I missed something. I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
18.
Okay. As you're kind of like going back to the pages, you start kind of skimming a little bit faster. It's like, no, he's just not talking about it. So without wasting any time sitting there kind of perusing through this book, you've only spent about 10 minutes. You realize they're just literally not talking about any of that.
Major crisis. Okay. I want to look at the history of the City of Pike, see if they have any history books speaking of or mentioning anything about like crisis.
Okay. So you're basically just gonna pick up some of the other books.
Yeah, pick up the other books, see if they.
Go ahead and roll investigation again. Then. Okay, let's go to you.
What'd you tell me to do?
I told you. I expect you guys to keep track of this.
You told me to roll investigation.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pretty sure it was investigation.
That was a 14.
14. Okay. So as you end up kind of reading a little bit of this chapter on this
Bada Naboo.
Yep, Bada Naboo, you start.
Baba Ganoush.
Yep. You start reading it a little bit more, and you're like, "Huh, this isn't an archfey I'm all too familiar with, but this particular one, it's talking about some kind of a, like, you're kind of reading more. It's like, oh, this is the archfey of hags. Oh, that's interesting. As you're kind of like reading more and more, it's like, oh, this is more just kind of nonsense. It's like I've never run into this. I never go in this area, but it's obscure. It's talking about how she's very manipulative. She just goes through and tries to like mess up people's lives. She'll go ahead and make a deal to go ahead and save somebody from a peril, and then immediately just kind of decide to not follow through with it or to follow through on said thing. It's very much like she just kind of goes with the whims of what she desires. If an opportunity were to arise, and one of the stories it actually tells in there, which is what is quoted as being referenced in some different books, especially children's tales and things like that. It's a small little limerick about there were two children walking through the woods, and she ended up revealing herself to them and immediately said to them, "Hey, I can go ahead and save you from your plights. All you need to do is ask." And the second they ask, the boy ends up turning into a toad. And the girl ends up knowing her way out. But the girl never left because the girl never left because her brother was a toad. So the girl knew the way out but never actually left. And the girl walked away with the Archfey because she now had her brother. Given the knowledge to leave, but not the will to. These kind of things would happen all kinds of ways, and this is one of the reasons why they actually scared children away from wanting to go in the woods at night, because Naboo might come for you.
Papa Ganoush.
Given the fact that she's also one of the high-rating Fays, it's very, 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 one of the Archfays, specifically of Hags, though, she's pretty well integrated into a lot of lore and a lot of hierarchy within the actual Hags themselves. So that's going to take you about an hour to read. But
Oh, okay.
and then after that, you can tell me what else you want to do. But if you want to keep reading that too, we can keep reading that. But
I mean, I was gonna go to Leza,
okay,
but
So.
that's
okay, we'll go to Lele after that. Going to you, Arthur. Or sorry, not Arthur. Reginald.
Crisis. Wow.
Okay.
Trying
All
to
right,
find.
go ahead and roll investigation.
Oh, I did. That was 17.
Yep. As you end up kind of skimming through the pages again, you're spending like another 20 minutes just kind of going through, and then eventually you get to a spot where it's talking a little bit about the founding of the city itself, and then it's almost like it's using like similar language. It's like, in a time of peril, the Lord came to rescue us and deliver us into the free lands. It's like,
Right off the book. Harold, question mark. I'm just kidding.
Question.
Okay, interesting.
then it immediately goes into another section where it's literally just going on about the construction of the city, the founding of the city, the governmental reigns, selection of the Lord's court, stuff like that.
Okay, well.
It's like that. It's like almost like that area of history just gets skimmed over in the books that you're reading. Like it's not even just like and when the Duck Relation of Independence was founded, we ended up going through this and the conflict. We had the Revolutionary War, and then blah blah blah. It's more like, yep. So there was the Declaration of Independence, and then we were existing. Then here's how we existed. It's like they completely skip over what seems like that entire starting era.
This is really sounding like Florida Public Schools.
Common Core.
but for the length of these books and how they're just talking, I think it's weird.
Okay.
It's like they just should be talking about all the details. You think?
Yeah. Okay. I want to pick up on that. Okay. Also, quick facade. Oh, interesting. I'm so invested in this book. I'm gonna walk around and look.
Okay.
Restricted section. Go downstairs. But wow, I'm so invested in this book. It'd be a shame if I stumbled over. Oh no! How'd I get here?
Okay.
Walk out to the front.
All right. So are you keeping that same book, or are you picking another book?
I'm keeping that same book.
All right. So I'm going to you, Arthur. So let's have you go ahead and roll another d20. D20 first.
Wow. Wild one. D20 is an 8.
Okay. All right, and go ahead and roll your investigation.
Investigation.
So his legs go.
21.
Okay.
Anyway.
You're really confident this area doesn't have anything. And like everything's just completely normal.
I quickly move away from it.
Okay. We're gonna have you go again because he was spending an hour to read. So
You want D20 again?
yeah, d20 again.
Plain D20.
I fall.
4.
Giant dice. 4.
Okay. All right, roll your investigation. again.
Restriction section had a giant's die.
That's a
5.
12.
Okay. All right. You're not really finding anything either. It's not like you're getting frustrated yet. But it's like, yeah, if they have this thing, it's definitely not easy to find. So
There's no like direct like barbed area that's kind of like washed off or anything. So.
Nothing labeled restricted area.
Yeah, nothing explicitly labeled restricted area. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and go to you. So let's have you go do the same thing.
Alright, I want to go downstairs.
There is no actual staircase. It looks like it goes downstairs.
Oh, okay. So, each one.
Yeah.
Random 20. Yeah. 13.
15?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you end up just kind of like walking barely out of that area, you're gonna end up just kind of looking around a little more. It's like something's. Roll investigation.
Wow. 5.
Okay. And as you're looking around, you're like, huh. Probably not here then. I was expecting there to be something more, so.
What an inspiration.
Okay.
An inspiration, actually.
Oh, let's go.
I've been holding on to that one for like days. Days even. 18.
And as you kind of like, this would be more obvious. Like, no, it wouldn't be. As you turn around, and you look over
That's
what
crazy.
is
It's
an actual bookcase. It seems like it doesn't have dust that's kind of collected on top of the mantle. As you look a little bit closer, you actually see where there's this kind of like embellishment of little swirls and leaves kind of going across. It looks like this one doesn't really have dust on it. And you end up seeing what look like all of the books going across this shelf are completely just sunk in. Like they're just like locked into position. You go and you kind of pull one of the books out. It looks like, yeah, everything's there. You just start kind of like pulling out all of the books. And then eventually, as you're pulling out one of the books, you kind of feel like something's weird. You pull up the book and you kind of reach back in behind it. You see what is a little string almost kind of dangling down. And as you kind of like grab onto it, you realize it's not a string. It looks like it's a little rope almost. Kind of give that a little bit of a pull. The door begins to kind of open for you. The entire bookcase just begins to slide open. And it slides open a total of about 3 feet.
Hogwarts house not me because I'm a Slytherin.
And as you end up walking inside there, you're going to immediately feel as you get on the other side, you step on something like a pressure plate, and the door begins to immediately slide back behind you. And we'll end there.
Oh,
Yo, that's crazy.
It's funny. I'm like, there's nothing here. Oh, wait a minute. Turn around. Big neon sign. Over here.
Yeah.
He's the dirty guy.
It's like, they wouldn't be trying to hide it, or would they?
Like, no, they would.
Well, anyways, thank you all so much for joining us here at Millennial Tavern. We'll be back at it again here next week. Of course, playing more D&D. Hopefully, we'll have all 4 of our people there after their work
4
catastrophe.
weeks in a row, baby. We're
I
on
know.
a 4-stream streak
It's
right now.
crazy,
In a
bro.
row. Let's
Crazy.
go.
But thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you very much for being here. And we will be posting this up, of course, on YouTube at Millennial Tavern. And we'll be seeing you all here next time. There you go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.